Contrary to Popular Belief, episode 4. Hello. So obviously, just to let you guys know, we did say that this was going to come out on the 3rd, but it will be out on the 10th. Or no, not on the 10th. It'll probably be out on the 5th, because that'll give me like 2 days. Yeah,
2 days to work it out.
Couple days.
Upload it. 10th or the 5th or the 6th. So
one of them days.
But hello today. How are you? My name is Galiji Q.
I'm blessed, peace and blessings.
Hey.
And I'm Tino MacGyver.
10 Hustles.
10 Hustles Production.
And Media.
Please put that in media on there, because you did cuss me out when I did not put that on the credits one time.
Man, that's funny.
Another episode, man. We have Israel, but we wish her well wherever she is. This
Keep
episode,
doing your thing, Israel.
Hey, this episode is based on lifestyle and wellness. So lifestyle encompasses, contrary to popular belief, a lot of things.
Numerous topics.
To me, your lifestyle can be attributed to your relationships, the way that you manage your life, the way that you manage your time, the way that you approach different employment options, whether you're the entrepreneur or you're a worker. You know, shout outs to the workers, because they,
9 to 5.
I mean, they ultimately, get money.
9 to 5 on the grind. Gotta get it.
Period. But in this episode, we want to talk about things that are good for lifestyle and wellness. And first, we're going to go with our hot topics. It's been so much going on this week.
Terrible.
Hot topics can go anyway. Do y'all want to start with Nipsey Hussle?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest topics right
Shout
now.
out to the family of Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah,
Shout
prayers
out to
up,
everyone in
prayers up.
London.
Keep y'all in our prayers.
Rest in paradise. I just want to say this. It's disconcerting, but contrary to popular belief, respect for the dead is still a thing.
Yes.
You should never speak ill of the dead, because as I've understood from the elders in my life, when you wish death on somebody, or when you're great, exuberant over somebody dying, to me, you digging yourself a grave too.
An early grave.
You know
what I mean? It's power in the tongue.
Absolutely.
You need to watch your
power.
words, watch what you say, and how you say them.
And then that's just, to me, that was like sad. Like, I saw a couple people who I will not name on my friends list from some alternative lifestyles. Like, I had some people saying, like, okay, well, he made homophobic comments. My thing is, no man is without sin. You know, we all, no matter what your perspective, no matter what your ideology, I feel that we all have made mistakes. If we have to take religion out of this, we've all made mistakes. We've all done things that were unflattering. But at the end of the day, you are born in this world to die. But being executed or killed maliciously, no matter what the reason, you shouldn't be killed in front of your daughter. And the philanthropy that Nipsey was on, like his visual for his last video when I think they went to that Mayan temple.
Well, I know him and John Legend
did a song.
Just did a song
See,
and did a video together. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
Just
about.
recent.
And then he brought, you said earlier that he had brought together the Bloods and the Crips, and that
Brought
was a big
them
situation.
together.
And he was
in
supposed to be
California.
working
Shout
with the
out to
cops the day
California.
after
Shout out to
that.
DJ
Sure
Spider.
was. He was supposed to be working with
supposed
them.
to be meeting with the cops the day after he got shot to talk about the violence in the city, to change and implement some change within the youth.
Absolutely.
That's what he was
So my
supposed to
thing is, the Bible, since we're using the Bible as a reference, the Bible says when I was a child, I thought, I acted, I understood as a child. But when I became a man, I set aside childish things. And I think that some people need to continue to set aside childish things, because contrary to popular belief, it is now no manual to life. And at the end of the day, no matter if a person had a homophobic moment and said some things, I'm not going to hate Kevin Hart because he had some unflattering homophobic moments. And my thing is, I'm not going to gallivant or edify somebody's dying based on homophobic comments that they might have made in the past. Or if they was gangbanging in the past, I ain't got no heaven and hell to put nobody in. And I done did my fair share of things too. So who am I to judge someone? That's just cast the first, he who walks in, cast the first song.
One thing I noticed about his death, I never thought the city of Detroit would have a
visual
for him.
But that's love.
That showed that his change had reached people.
It reached the masses.
Really deep.
Absolutely.
Hey,
my thing about his death is that I don't care if he was a woman, a man, a cat, a dog. People die. And people don't understand that everybody doesn't grieve with death the same way. So it really bothered me that you can bring up a person's past. They're dead. They're not here to represent themselves and say, yes, I did this and I did that. If I slapped a woman at the grocery store and I robbed 10 banks, don't bring that up at my funeral. Say that I work for NASA or something. Be positive. Why does that matter? That was 2 incidents out of my whole existence. And my thing about Detroiters is they're haters. They naturally feel like, well, he ain't representing us. Some of them don't represent themselves, so how can you be mad at this man?
Some of y'all don't
You won't represent
y'all.
yourself, so how can a
even-
stranger
still
represent
don't
you?
represent.
But he is a man that was representing a culture. He is a man that had a vision, and even with his mixtape sold, and it was
$400.
good. Before he died, I was banging his mixtape. It's my ringtone on my phone. It has been for months. But my thing about it is that people think that death is a joke.
It's not.
And I see that through social media. I remember it used to be a time when people watch the news and you get a little teary-eyed because this little girl got shot or this lady got beat up. Now they be like, rewind it. She got punched. Oh, forward it.
Or
like,
record it.
when did
Yeah,
your
they
moral
quickly
compass
do
get
come
so
out with
low?
that
Why is
phone.
everybody on such a low vibration? Well, I don't know that nigga, so he ain't mean nothing to me. But as soon as somebody shoot your cousin, you mad. That's still somebody's son, cousin, brother, uncle, neighbor. I just wish that people would show a little bit more compassion. And it ain't just for Nipsey Hussle. I wish that they would show compassion
For each other.
For each other. And if we had more compassion for each other, if we changed our mindset, we would be different. If you're not bothered by somebody's dying, you need to check yourself.
Absolutely.
Because if somebody mollywop your mama or put your grandma in the grave or rape your auntie or shoot your brother
You're
or
gonna be
execute,
distraught.
you're going to be distraught. So how can you not be distraught for another person? I'm not saying to what level you have to be distraught, but that man getting killed in front of his store, in front of his family, outside, and they wasn't strapped up, if that didn't bother you, something to me has to be wrong with you.
That
It ain't like you
just
got to wear
don't
a
even
rest in
sit
peace
right, though, you know what I
Nipsey
mean?
shirt, but still.
Like, it just don't even sit right with the video itself. You know,
I
just,
still
just
haven't
seeing
seen
it.
it. I
Just
haven't
seeing
seen
that
it.
video, bro. Like,
Y'all got balls. Y'all
I
watch
watched
it?
it one time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just crazy to see how it went down. It's like, dang, like seriously, like first of all, dude shouldn't have had that much time to walk up on you, especially if you just had an altercation with him. Literally an hour earlier, they said he went up to him and respectfully asked him to leave the premises because his paperwork showed that he was a known snitch. So they asked him to leave. He asked him to leave the premises an hour earlier. Now, mind you, he was also he was also like one of his childhood friends. Like one of his childhood friends who grew up. He went to jail. Then the black and white said that he was snitching. Nipsey didn't want to be bothered with him. He told him to leave. They say he respectfully said it, but you know, Nipsey Hussle, he just smacked somebody two weeks ago.
So
like just literally. It probably
But if
wasn't.
you
It
my
probably
man
wasn't.
and we get into
it
it and I
probably
kick
wasn't
your
respectfully.
hey, Tino, get your ass up out my store. I ain't fucking with you. You a snitch and you stealing money. All right, I'm going to bounce. If I see you back again, so you came to get cussed out again, never am I think you going to come with a K and spray me. We better than that.
Well, no, obviously they wasn't.
But if you
know
call
what I mean?
him a snitch, then
You called him a snitch in front of everybody,
So
or ain't no saying how you even said it to him. You probably said it to
for
him.
his
in front of
dignity.
Did you hear the
jugular.
guy talk? The guy, he reached out to Meek Mills and, well, he hit him up on Instagram like, hey, man, what they putting on my name, it ain't me. They trying to assassinate my character, da-da-da-da-da. My thing about it is what bothers me about this whole incident is the camera is shitty, number one. Everybody with all these iPhones and Galaxies walking around, we ain't got no clear video. I don't know if it's Nipsey or it's you. I can't really see. I just see a man on the ground. Secondly, the thing that bothers me, even with old boy and they saying they got him, cops just let somebody walk up to the car, take a picture of my man's being in the back seat with the cuffs on. In the city of Detroit, when a cop is arresting somebody and you walk up, your ass is getting arrested too when they tell you, get the F out the way. You want parts? So they allow somebody to just walk up, take a picture.
But we don't know how the law. We don't know how the law is in Detroit versus California. And I mean, when I was in San Francisco for Pride, bro, I'm not gonna be funny, but you had cats walking around naked through the parade. Look, white men just naked, and I'm like, sis, where is the authorities?
Yeah, but the difference is between them white men probably had little penises and they wasn't bothering nobody.
Still,
let a black man do that. It's like, look at him. People are gonna try to grab you, run up and take pictures with. They wasn't bothering nobody because wasn't nobody looking at them. They had little.
But still, the thing is, I don't think that he should have had even the opportunity to walk up on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you see when he came back 3 times though.
He can't. Wait a minute.
He came back 3
How
times.
long was this video?
It's about 30 seconds.
I just want to know them
the way
shoes
he
that
did.
was in every video. Where was his strap at? Because he seemed to be real close. Why he didn't have a gun?
Why didn't none of them? None of them. You stand in the hood. I don't care how
but,
lax it is.
but people. My thing is, why do you literally have to have a gun in
You
this
what
day
I'm
and
saying?
age
You don't
to
have
live?
to.
No, you don't have to.
But somebody
think
in the
about this,
crowd.
bro.
You know,
Somebody in the
what I'm
crowd
saying,
should.
you don't have-
But
like,
think
you
about
ain't
this.
gotta have a
Somebody
gun.
in
You're a
your
$1 million
entourage
person.
should have.
You're a $1 million person. Where's your
But
bodyguard?
maybe he wasn't thinking like
Okay,
that.
if me and you at Benihana's or we at Taco Bell, do you think a guy gonna be able to walk up to you and snatch your drink? What up, bro? Before you even turn around, I done already chin checked him. Gone on.
Yeah. Period.
So I was your gun for that day. So what I'm saying is, where was his people?
My thing is sometimes people don't flow like that and people don't roll like that. Shit, I mean, look at MC Hammer. No shade. I mean, didn't he come to ruin by everybody that was around him cashing everybody out?
Well, he was, to me.
That was bad financially.
Now, yeah, because
I
one thing
mean,
about
but
it is,
still,
he had a tour bus.
He might have been learning from the greats on how to
But
stay
how?
great.
But this be realistic. I got a tour bus. I'm going to have my artists on it. I'm going to have my dancers on it. I'm going to be on it. Then I'm going to have a tour bus for my cousins. Then I'm going to have a tour bus for the church members. Then I'm going to have a tour bus for everybody at DSA. Then I'm going to have a tour bus for everybody that did me right at the fast food restaurants. Then I'm going to have a tour bus for the fans.
Oh, no, sis.
That's a lot.
You're not making no money. You basically giving your money away.
He was
What
doing a lot.
you're making, you're paying it right back out.
But
You know
I
what I mean? Like the dollar circulates so much through black communities.
Change.
But it don't circulate through us though.
Listen,
It don't circulate through us. It
but
goes to the shops.
He's right.
It goes to the Chinese
He's right.
shops, the hair shops.
But
That's
I
where our
think
money
that's
go to.
changing. I think that's changing.
How?
because I'm not
Unless we get our own beauty supply
I'm
store
not gonna
or
lie, but we are.
where
We have
that
them.
we need them. They need to be more.
Please follow the Contrary to Popular Belief Facebook page because I am always highlighting black entrepreneurs since our Entrepreneurship 101 episode.
Yes.
I let everyone know from cooks because y'all know I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
From chefs that's up and coming that I know can
the
cook.
food is reasonable, but
And
some of this
people-
weave is out. It's
but
expensive.
some
I
of
don't
these
even
black
eat Chinese
girls
food,
is
though.
out here trying to make this money, and it's like so many people are so used to accessing the Chinese people. No offense to the Chinese people, you know, I got Chinese friends and love the Chinese community.
Oh, no offense, no
But at the end
racism,
of the day,
nothing like
they
that.
invest in themselves, and that's why they are still profiting.
True.
We need to.
But they won't spend a quarter with us.
Absolutely not. And that's why we need to start changing. But I think that after what happened in Gucci, some people, I mean, shout out to Floyd Mayweather, are just lost. And they're going to buy Gucci and ascribe to oppressive companies that really don't give a fuck about their humanity. But there are some businesses, I think, that's really out here. Like, I go to Locks R Us. Shout out to Locks R Us. My girl, Makayla, went to DSA with her.
Okay.
Running a great business.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Been running a great business for the last, I want to say, 4 or 5 years.
Oh, speaking of businesses, congrats to our Miss Bliss. She got her business up and going.
You getting your business.
you.
You
I
getting your stuff
appreciate
going.
Looky.
Absolutely. You know,
She about to
Divine
make
and
some
Loyal
cookies.
Services.
Divine and Loyal Service. I like that name.
Thanks.
Yeah,
You know,
check her
and
out.
shout out to you, entrepreneur. I mean, you got 10 Hustles Production Media. We've been working together since 2012. You know what I'm saying?
It's been that long?
It's been that
I just
long.
feel like people need to back their people, and I think the thing in
Because
our
you shot that, you recorded that over mic.
the thing in our community is that people don't want to back each other. They are fearful of that man may reach another plateau. I've
Crab
been
in
at
the
this
barrel
plateau.
syndrome.
Let 'em.
Yeah, but I've been at this plateau since 05. I'm here. There's no way that you can come in on Saturday and start a business and you be up here. It's impossible. So let me go ahead and call them and tell them, hey, your codes aren't up to par. Let me call them and tell you you selling drugs over there. Let me hate on you. Now you're here. And now let me see what you did. Teach me so I can surpass you. But my thing about it is if black people knew how powerful their mind was, if they
And how
knew
powerful their
that
money was.
connections and money,
We
they wouldn't
supply
hate.
everything.
They
We
wouldn't
the
hate.
front end for everything.
Everything we do, obviously, we are powerful. If you look around, they're killing us. Just like they gave us a story of Dr. Martin Luther King, and as a child, they always told me that he was shot. He was shot.
But I just found out today.
So they told me that a guy named Ray.
I found out that it was a police marksman that shot Mike Martin. I found out that Jesse switched the rooms.
Yeah.
Jesse was supposed to be on the top floor, and he went on the bottom floor.
Did you hear that he was actually
Hospital.
Yes,
Yeah.
the two men
He was
suffocated.
still alive. When
But
he
was.
He was still alive when
And
he was
his
in the hospital.
lawyer, the lawyer for the family.
And shout out to Dr. Drumar, I think, because I heard it from his mouth.
Dr. Martin
in
Luther
our
King,
interview today.
his lawyer that represents his family, he wrote a book stating that he was spit on.
Yes, he wrote like 3 books. I know that person.
He was spit on and that they suffocated him. So let's go back to people who was like, well, how can you speak about Nipsey? Because we in the city of Detroit and we don't know what went on there. We don't know what transpired in the hospital. We don't know what transpired in the store. All I'm saying is you have to see far beyond your eyes. It's just like if I die or I get shot and they say they found me with some lamb chops.
If
some
we know the
Remy,
contents
and
of
I
your
was smoking
character,
dope.
You know that
People
ain't
will be
true
like, well,
because
bitch don't
she
eat
don't-
meat,
she don't
she
eat
don't
meat.
drink, and she don't do drugs. They planted on there. Well, how you know? She could have switched up. She could have been depressed. People are so quick to believe anything. It's people out here that are missing.
Devil's
I just watched the
advocates.
documentary on children back in Atlanta from the ages of 8 to 15, and over 30 of them was kidnapped. And when they found them, they found body parts, an arm, a leg,
trafficking.
and a finger. And the mother
Sex trafficking
said, I
is
sent my
big.
daughter off to school. She never came home this particular day. And when they found her, she was mangled. So who did this? And who
it's
was the
really
person
big.
that was doing this to these children?
Yeah, it's really big. Like, just sex trafficking.
Taking
and
organs.
organ don, or not organ
Yeah,
doning, but
these-
just get all that body parts, black
organ
markets.
theft.
That is really big.
And then they said,
it's
well,
bigger than what
they said,
what
the
they
government,
tell us
the government
about.
doesn't believe you. Who is the government? People always talk about the government like they're just this hot power people. I always consider the government as just people with money. That's just like if he's in government, he needs a heart. He's not about to be waiting on the list.
Shit, Rockefeller done had about 8 of them.
Bliss and Tino got 2 good hearts. They stay right down the street from Sean. Well, Bliss and Tino recently got into it. Well, let's make it look like they had a shootout. Let's chop them both up. Now you pick who heart you want to take, and we'll sell the other one, put it on the black market.
Mm-hmm.
They make these things happen, but people too worried about who's having
Devil's
sex with
advocates.
who's hating on who, that they don't see the obvious. These people that are getting arrested for standing up for Black Lives Matter, all of a sudden now,
or getting killed for
Yeah.
Black Lives
Yeah,
Matter.
They
Or
was doing it back in the day.
Or committed
Get it.
suicide.
Come on now.
Exactly.
everybody hanging themselves.
Come on now.
How did you get up
Everybody
there?
ain't hanging
but then-
themselves.
but
I
then-
can't even
but
reach
how-
the
but how
street
could- how
sign,
could they
but
even
you hung
make
your
that?
whole self up off a pole.
They
How did you
turn
get
around and
up
say
there?
that the Black Lives Matter is what they call like a gang or something like that. But so what is Ku Klux Klan?
An organization for the betterment to make America great again.
How?
Yeah.
I mean, but how?
Mm.
Y'all
Knowledge is
Ku
power.
Klux Klan, y'all the KKK, and you mean tell me y'all walk around don't even want y'all faces seen? You want to know why? Because a lot of them are police officers, they are lawyers, they are judges.
I'm just
they're
hanging
people-
with my brotherhood. That doesn't
So-
bother the job that I do
but
daily.
y'all got y'all. So
Just
why
like,
y'all
did you see
hiding
the
it then?
cop
So
that
why
was
y'all
slapping
hiding
the
yourselves?
man in the bed?
You did who?
man, it was a suicidal man in a bed, and he was just slapping him. This
Oh,
cop.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
they found
yeah,
out,
yeah,
it
yeah,
wasn't
I
he a
see
drug
that.
dealer?
I don't know what he was.
I think
but
he
yeah.
went to jail for drug dealing. He had a case, and they added more time on it.
Or the cop that shot that little boy. He was 12 years old. He
Which
was out
one?
There playing, well, he was playing with a. He was
Tamir
playing with a toy
Rice?
gun, and he shot him.
Well,
But
that's
the
just like
thing
the young
about
lady
this,
cop that just came true honest about killing a man after saying he was like aggressing on her.
but it's
Well,
a story.
there's another one that just came out where I want to say
This
little
is still
boy.
a problem.
No, the girl walked up to the door. It was the wrong door,
And they shot through
and
the
they
door.
shot through the door and killed her. You know, and just from going to the wrong
But the
house.
thing about the reason why I'm so open-minded to perception is because
Oh, didn't that happen in Dearborn? The young lady. She
Yeah.
was very pretty.
the reason I'm so open to perception is because I recall it was sometime last year in North Carolina. I was following a guy on Facebook. You know, I was following his live from 8 a.m. down. They was cutting it off. He was hopping on strangers' phones. The story was about a guy. He waited for his kid to get out of school for the last 3 years. He would read a book in his car, get out, get his baby. He get back in the car. So what happened, an altercation happened between the cops and somebody else. He went to intervene and say what it was. He got shot. Now, mind you, he got shot by a white cop. They took his body, put it on a bus, made everybody get off the bus. So everybody was offended because you shot this man and all he was doing was reading a book. And this is what he does all
Every
the
day.
time. This is how people know him, as the man that sits in the car, reads the book, or he stands outside by like a bench. So the news was telling the story on CNN. But I was watching a story being told off of Facebook Live. The guy that was there, he's recording everything. So it got to the point when everybody met up at Walmart, I believe, or Kmart, one of these wholesale stores or whatever. So I heard with my own ear, the cops say if they cross that line, fire them up. Shoot them. So he repeated, like you heard what he said. He like, we just trying to go into the store. They said shoot him on sight. So what happened was when the guy got in his car and got ready to pull off, the cops began to beat his car with them little sticks they have. Yes. And they started releasing them little gas bombs. The cops was setting trucks on fire, but saying it was the civilians that was doing it.
The cops
and I watched.
That killed the dude in the car.
I watched
He wasn't doing nothing. They was literally talking about how to kill him with the damn body.
That's because the cops
no
are
shade,
now.
No shade.
Too much racism.
The episode on racism is coming up very soon.
It's too much.
Not to be funny, I'm a sociology major. I have been since 2012 at Wayne State. I'm 17th grade for my bachelor's. But it is something that I ended up stumbling on per chance, but it's something that I really like. Social issues like this bother me because it's like...
The questions in those classes, why won't black people ever be as successful as white people?
But the questions are formed sometimes to make people really think. And the crazy thing is sometimes a lot of those questions aren't based in fact.
Right, and
They're
I said,
based in
but when I wrote my answer, and I said, who said that we wouldn't be?
Who said that we're not?
You know they say that by 2025, we will pretty much be poor anyway. We won't have anything, no way, because of the way that they're designing things right now. We won't have no jobs. We won't have jobs if you don't start your business and start creating something right now.
Wasn't we talking about that?
Create some type of revenue for yourself right now. By 2025, it's going to be a lot of unemployed and broke folks. You know what I mean? And it's crazy that's how that society is actually doing us, but at the same time, it's not, because you got the same 24 hours in a day as everybody else.
What are you doing?
You know what I mean? So if I can get out here and do something within my 24 hours, so can you. You can get off that corner. You can get off. You can come away from that liquor store. You know what I mean? It's what you choose to do with yourself. That's gonna make you or break you.
Whatsoever man thinketh,
Which goes to our mental health. If you watch these Facebook clips, if you watch these Instagram.
Oh God, save that.
If you watch these videos,
till we get to that
some
section.
of the most. I
Save
just want to say
till
the
we get to
homeless
that
people.
section.
The homeless people. Some of the most brilliant people are walking the streets.
But that's not to say that homeless people aren't. It's not some homeless brilliant people out here. I feel like some homeless people. I feel like in any community you have sections, subcategories. Some homeless people are mentally challenged. I think a wide proportion of almost homeless people are mental health cases. And some people have just fell on hard times.
Right.
And some people are drug users. But at the end of the day, it's like there are programs in place for people to rehabilitate themselves and to get back on the into independent living and do their thing.
Well, you know, that's something that a lot of people need to even talk about.
They're not taking advantage about it.
Well, it's not that neither. Like a lot of the programs are really not out there for you. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these the programs.
I mean, but you have
they shouldn't even be on the street anyway.
You have neighborhood services organization. I have to shout out this community, this nonprofit, because I volunteered with them my freshman year at Wayne State. They have a whole apartment complex right on Oakland, where they have 155 apartments.
And this is all for what, the homeless?
This is for the homeless.
Really?
Yes.
Now how does that work?
I think it's one of those things where you might have to sign up. It's like a program
like a
where
Section
you
8
get
type
off,
of.
It's kind of like where you get off drugs or rehabilitation service, and then you have an apartment, and then you move into your own independent living. I think after you complete the program.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Okay, work. So what's that acronym for?
Development Centers Institute.
Okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
that's dope.
But see, that's the thing. I remember that off Lucy. And I hate to reference that movie.
You mean I Love Lucy?
No, hell no. I'm talking about the movie Lucy.
Oh, the movie Lucy. I'm like, I love
the movie Lucy was good because at the end of it, she said, Morgan Freeman character, we all have to pass on information. That's the problem. The people perish for lack of
knowledge.
You can't get knowledge unless you research. and unless you seek.
But that's the thing about if you go down your Facebook timeline, when one person shares a
Well,
thought,
that's a distraction.
Everybody, but I'm saying when one person shares a thought, they share that thought a trillion times. But the thoughts that they're sharing are nothing thoughts.
Some of the thoughts, I think.
Well, down my timeline, because I blocked and recently deleted people, but
sometimes you got to change up your circle.
Exactly. So
and
my
change
thing
up
about
who coming through.
Nobody's talking
Y'all
about
ever heard
health.
the phrase, you
Nobody's
hang around
talking
four
about business.
broke people, you're going to be the fifth one?
Right. Nobody's talking about business. Nobody's talking about health. They don't
Everybody
want to
talking about the club and
twerking.
who sucked too.
So
what's
when that
going
goes
on
back to
Love
you
and
say
Hip-Hop, Black
respect
Ink
for the
Crew.
dead,
What was
for
the
the
last
dead,
book you read?
you see all these people that's twerking on
I need to get back to my reading.
headstones. I don't know if you've seen those videos. I'm talking about like.
And I don't.
That's
see, my thing is,
that's disrespectful.
That's desecration.
But how can you?
That's desecration. You're desecrating a grave because you shaking your ass. Now, see, that's when I like my horror movies because I love horror movies too. Did y'all ever see the movie The Grave Dancers? And them spirits from them people haunted them people until they took their behinds into them graves.
They haunted none of these girls.
No, they was happy twerking.
Happy as hell.
They was happy twerks.
But see, my thing is that's
They
stupid.
twerk
Doing
everywhere
things
though.
for like, how would you feel if I just beat your ass because you was twerking on my brother's grave? Like, why would you even be there? Like, they were really dancing on headstones, and I was bothered by that. I didn't care what she looked like.
Some people have
what her
no tact,
lyrics.
and some people just don't have any etiquette. Some people don't know that some of the things that they're doing are wrong, and you won't know unless you're corrected. And a lot of the elders
Are not
they probably
correcting no more
don't want
because
to
they
correct
scared.
nobody no more because they nervous they're gonna get assaulted. Because
That,
no
yeah.
shade, I know y'all, and I don't want to bring this up. Shout out to the Reed, they brought this up last week. Shout out to Crystal and Kid Fury. We will meet y'all one day. I'm speaking that into existence.
Right.
They were talking about the interview with Maya Angelou, where Maya
I
Angelou
will
corrected the
rise.
young lady about how to call her, how to reference her. And my thing is, the elders are there for that. But I feel like there's such a divide from the elders and the youth of this generation because
They
the youth
think
of
the
this
old
generation,
people, as they call it, the old
they
people,
don't,
they a joke.
they don't feel like they can learn nothing. Some of these kids is learning from
And-
these rappers.
And no shade to my elders. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all.
Speak.
But a lot of the elders
Can't be
don't
approached.
want to. They don't want to come out their comfort zone and talk to these kids. You know what I mean? They so
They
stuck
stuck
in
in
what
that
they in
time
what they're
period.
in that they don't want to learn nothing new. You know what I mean? In which, okay, if you 60, 70 years old, hell, I wouldn't want to learn. Leave me alone.
Yeah, 'cause
Just
I'm
let me
saying
teach.
I'm not
You
doing
know what I mean?
ways. I
But at the
have
same
learned
time-
these ways, and this is the way I'm
but
going
at the same time, how else are our young
It's not that they don't want to
generation
be
supposed to
bothered.
learn?
They pick and choose who is worthy to receive the knowledge. The elders is not going to go to Kiki Wana and them and try to teach the word and do this because they like, oh no, she ain't gonna get it. Sarah, can you come down here on Tuesdays when we can have tea? You can even bring your bad little son. He can play with my dog. I want to show you some things.
You just see something in,
yeah,
see something in that
you,
person.
but-
Yeah, I see what you're
Discernment.
saying.
Yeah, discernment. But if you look at, like, it's girls that I talk to and
Y'all, we
it's
done got
guys
all
that I
off
talk
topic.
to. It's
Oh,
about,
man.
it's
We
about,
still on
life,
topic,
it's
though. We
about
still on topic.
lifestyles. And
That's
people
right,
will never
that's right.
know. It's about lifestyles. People will never know
Oh
the
man,
wisdom
excuse
that
me.
they.
I hope that don't come through the
People
mic.
don't.
I've been
They don't know the,
Yeah, my
the
sinuses.
lifestyles
Sorry.
because they're only used to
It's
one
so
thing:
sorry, people.
flashy,
My
pump
bad.
faking, wannabes.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know anything about being real. Real to them is riding the wave of what everybody else. Everybody need to look like this. Everybody need to talk like this. Everybody need
I
to eat
should
this
have told
food.
us all to put our phones on.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do
silent.
right now.
I did. I came
Amen.
prepared.
Amen. Prepared.
But I'm just saying, as far as your lifestyle and your wellness, you have to have the mindset. It's not always about the money. If you have the mindset, the money will come. Things will happen for you. And it really bothers me because our people are so programmed. They have been whipped, and they say, well, it comes from slavery. And
It's
this,
slavery.
How can you
been
slavery-
done. We
okay.
cannot blame. I mean, no
If-
shade.
Woo-wee.
Tino, you want to go
If
first?
if anybody want to talk about slavery, it should be our
Ancestors, and
not
they not
these
talking.
not these young folks that was born in the
they
90s.
not talking about that.
You know what I mean?
They
'Cause
bear the
You have no idea on what our ancestors had to go through.
Now
with
there's
picking
a
cotton
different
hands.
type of slavery, but it's this kind of slavery. You know what I'm saying? It's this kind of slavery because everybody is so what's going on, what they doing, how
Some people
how
check
am I
their
doing
phone as
better?
soon as they wake up in the morning
Some-
before they even get up and brush their
You can't
teeth,
even
take
I'm
see
a
not
pee.
even gonna lie. I don't even be praying sometimes in the morning, just picking up my phone. And I'm about to change that. Because it's like, I remember one time I was dropping on my knees every morning to just thank God.
You have to be motivated. I remember before, when I left social media, it was cool. Like, you get to live life. You don't have to snap
But
a
it's
picture.
so hard
You don't have to
when
snap a
you're
picture of
doing
every meal.
things.
You don't have to capture
Oh, I don't do that
every
anymore.
moment. Every time you out with your boo, you ain't got to take a picture. Every holiday, look at my gift. We know it's Christmas. We know it's Valentine's Day. Somebody gonna get your broke ass something. Okay, you don't have to take a picture of that every day. Like every day, this is my happy face. This is my sad face. And what really bothers me, and now people are posing when they cry, like going through it. You ain't really going
You
through it
ain't
because you're
crying for
snapping
real.
pictures of yourself. It's like, why do we
narcissism.
have to know everything about you? If you have the word of the day, or if the Holy Spirit told you something, tell us. But if this is coming from you, keep it. We don't want to. We don't want to hear it. I'm broke. I need a nigga. I'm done.
Who down?
I got a man. I don't need nobody.
Oh no!
I'm rich.
Here's a good one.
You-
Here's a good one. Here's a good one. You know what? I don't need none of you broke hoes. I pay my own bills. I do this, I do that. But your Section 8, you on Section 8, your
And
rent
your
is
third status.
$12.
And
You can
sleep-
cash app me
You
at.
sleeping on a
$12.
coffee filter and you sitting up here telling us that you made it. Baby, you ain't made a thing.
$12 rent. You can go and pay your rent before you go to the weed man house.
And it's no shade to those who are benefiting and who are trying to develop themselves on Section 8. Because
No,
there's some people-
definitely no
some
shade
We
at
talking
all.
about the people that
really
work at
don't
Ford
know. Oh,
that
no.
pay
You
$38
getting
for
down.
rent and you late. That's what we
getting
talking
down.
about.
Come on, that's ridiculous. Now I don't know if y'all ever heard of Eric
Yes.
Thomas. Y'all ever heard of him before?
Sounds familiar.
He's a motivational speaker, and he said that your money is actually going to come with the passion. Well, you got to be passionate in what you're doing first, and when you're passionate in what you're doing, it'll just show, and the money will come to you. You don't have to chase it. You know what I mean? You got to just be focused on what it is that you're actually going
And do
toward,
it.
and do it. And when you do that,
Doors open.
everything start opening.
That's why I'm talking about the
universally
universe.
will align.
You pray the universe aligns people with what you want to do and where you want to go. Being honest, taking a leap of faith, having a pure heart, having solid goals, morals, and beliefs,
having
and sticking it to it.
consistency.
And
See,
writing
that's true.
your dreams and writing your goals
The
down.
Bible
You got to
says
start
that, write
writing
the vision,
things
make it
down.
plain.
You got to start write it down so that way you can see your check marks as you're going down that list.
I ain't gonna lie. I did say that when I was in New Orleans, I was gonna write my new goals down for 2019 because I conquered a few last year, but I didn't do as many. Like I got big goals. Like I want to go to France before 35. Like want to shoot a movie. Want to write a book. Want it to be a bestseller because I feel like, man, I've been writing so
Now,
long.
assassinated, yeah, we'd be assassinated if we wrote a book. Ain't no doubt in my mind.
My thing is, we need to exercise every opportunity because my thing is, and shout out to Nene Leakes and shout out to Real Housewives of Atlanta because I am hooked. I've been hooked on it since it came out. But I just want to
Never
commend
forget
Nene.
with them shows.
Nene been on it since season 1, and I have seen her grow, and I have seen her take advantage of the hustle. Like Candy been a boss. Candy had escaped. That's why she, got on.
She got businesses. She got toys.
That she learned.
Perfume,
She
jewelry,
took what it
houses.
was. But sis, Nene, she got Swag Boutique. She did the new normal. She's acted in Broadway. Like that's the way to do it. Make your money make work for you. Like I've seen the ways that millionaires go about keeping wealth. I'm trying to get my money up so I can start getting some rental properties because I done dated dudes that was landlords.
Right.
I done dated dudes that was contractors. You know what I'm saying?
And it's really not that much to get a house right now.
Just go your ass downtown, get that list.
Yeah, and you ain't even got to do
Gotta
that.
do
You
that.
can go to Detroit, builddetroit.org.
Oh, we need to talk.
Builddetroit.org. Go start spending $1,000, get you a house, fix it up, and do something with it. Save you some money, man.
No shade, because I'm tired of renting. I'm tired
It's cheaper to
of
own.
renting.
It's cheaper.
I'm telling you, I'm tired of renting because my thing is, it's a damn shame that you spend so much motherfucking money in rent. And this will come back in the adulting episode that's coming next, episode 5. It makes no fucking sense that you have to pay for things like rent and you are not getting gratified in your living experience. That's a waste of time to me. Because with all this, nigga, I could have bought a motherfucking house and flipped that bitch room for room and stayed in it through the winter.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to rent this place that's not up to par with what my living,
I think people, when people hear the word own, they think of so many responsibilities. But I honestly gotta tell you that owning is way cheaper than my rent.
Yeah,
It's,
it is.
Talking about 2 times lower.
My girl, she
3
bought
times
a house.
lower.
The only thing she tell me, man, all I be worrying about is my light bill.
Oh, see, I'm cheap. You unplug everything. You don't have to worry about all that.
Because she doing it. Now, no shade, I ain't gonna lie. I leave my PS4 on because I leave my Hulu on. No, I've seen a $300 light bill. Shit will be going off. Shit will be going off because Adulting, episode 5. We're gonna talk about this again.
Prioritize.
Get it? Did you have anything to add to my bad?
Oh no. I'm just going along. You know.
Okay, so
I'm behind the camera. Well, in front of the camera.
Yes, for this episode.
This is
he'll be back where he is.
No, I don't know.
No, but so the next hot topic, can we talk about Wendy? I mean, we've covered so much just in Nipsey Hussle. That should just tell you how deep and how amazing that person is.
Hey, you know what? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but just one thing that I did want to say about Nipsey that I just found out about. Well, I ain't just found out about it, but it was. I didn't know that he was actually a part of being. Like going back to the neighborhoods and speaking to them on a regular basis about financial management.
Wow.
You know what I mean? He was teaching people how to actually how to control their finances, how to invest. He was showing these people this, and he had people he was doing this on a every weekend basis. He was doing this, so it's like, man, you had all this bread, all this money, you seen everywhere. You're a millionaire, multimillionaire. But yet you still took the time out to come back to show them how to
he went back.
How to
control
their finances.
He went back and told everybody else
how to come
through.
And that right there, I was like, man, you know what? He was showing people how to do something.
Detroit don't do that.
It's a lot of artists that don't do that. You know what I mean? If they do it,
it's not highlighted.
And they're not highlighted, and that's good that they're not highlighting it because for the first off. If they're not highlighted, it's coming from a genuine place.
That's weird.
You know what I mean? So it's not something that they're just trying to do for show, for likes, or anything of that sort. They're actually doing it from the heart, and it's showing that they really care about the community that they came from, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So I applaud him for that. You know what I mean? That's something big.
Let the works I've done speak for me. Don't let the mess ups there, because everybody always talk about what you do wrong, but can never talk enough about what you do right.
Exactly.
True that.
Let's talk about our accomplishments. My thing is, don't throw rocks on a grave. You know what I'm saying? Don't throw rocks on a grave. The dirt gonna cover it and bury it under ground.
Don't throw no salt on no dead man's name.
So that brings us to Wendy Williams.
You know what? Wendy just needs to go to sleep.
It was so sad. Like, to see her, I know her eyes, she has her little syndrome already going on, but baby girl looked like something out of a movie. Like, you could see, like, she was distraught. Like, she needed a hug, a sandwich, and a strong team to push her forward. I don't know who's doing what, but I was really...
She said a hug,
like,
sandwich.
I was really strong. Like, for real, because when I seen her son walking with her, she just looked at...
What, water?
She just looked at so sad. She just looked at She just looked at so sad. She looked at like she can barely make it, like she was on her last whim. And I seen she went on her show and she stated where she was and the things that have transpired. And all I kept thinking was, damn, all this came with marriage?
Man, yes. Because little do people know, to me, I've been married, I was married. 7 years. Marriage comes with its own institution, and I think the institution is what's stressful.
Institution?
The institution in the way that people perceive it. Because there are different things that you can't do when you're married that you can do when you're single or just courting somebody. Like, you can't have company of a certain sex that you might be attracted to at the house if your mate is not there. You know what I'm saying? You got to ask, can your family members come over and stay with your partner before you just let everybody come over to the cut and have a party? you have to discuss money moves with your significant other because it's going to affect the both of you because it's now no longer just you, it's us. And it may sound cliche to some people and crazy, but it's the way that this shit goes. Like even with the wedding, like I told one of my girls that just got engaged.
It's not jail time. Marriage can be a good thing.
It's beautiful.
Marriage can be a good thing.
I'm not going to shit on the institution of marriage because it is beautiful to find someone to be with one person and to grow with them and build and to see. Like my thing is, no shade. My parents have been through the fire and they still together. I thank God for that. Candy and Tide. Miss Joyce got on that man's ass and nerve, but he's still holding her down. And she's one of my favorite housewives, other than Nene, because I just love the stuff that Nene gives. Get into it.
She's still with that same man?
Yeah, they're about to divorce. They're about to divorce, I think. I haven't seen the
Didn't they divorce and get back together?
They did, but sometimes you got to get back together with a nigga and with a guy and just know that, and to see if it works.
Okay.
Why is that?
Oh, never mind. I won't even talk about
that. No, go ahead.
Contrary to popular belief, why don't people respect things the first lap? Why does it have to be the second lap?
Some people won't. Some people just want to know what if, I think. You know, like...
What if I cheat on her? Will she leave or will she go? Well, let me cheat and let's find out she gone.
No, now that's just being willfully stupid. Because my thing is, if you want to cheat, just let a person... But some things I can't say in a relationship.
Why get married? I mean, that just don't make sense to get married and then go off on that.
Pay their bills?
That's
why they get married.
Oh, I'm not.
I wouldn't say that because let me shut up.
That don't make that no.
Because when I was married, I was.
No, you get married because you love the person. You want to grow with this person. You want to.
For the most part, I was paying the bills.
Okay. All right. Well, next.
No shade.
Where we at? Wendy Williams. Her eyes, man. They said her eyes. They said she relapsed.
You didn't see her eyes?
No, I didn't.
Her eyes was like out here. Like she, like
shut up.
Well, maybe she was crying and she was a little buzzed.
Tell me, I saw she was.
Bring this picture.
Maybe she was buzzed. She was buzzed and she was crying.
No, imagine bugged eyes, right? You know how like when you afraid, it's like bow, right? And imagine if you took 2 spoons and just kept popping. That's where her eyes was at. I got documentation to prove this.
Show me.
So I'm simply saying.
She was just drunk.
If you've been living under.
She was drunk and crying.
A room and a dustpan. Wendy Williams, from what I saw online, I believe they separated because he had the baby. And my thing is, Wendy Williams, do you? You know, aside from your career, making money, harassing Whitney, because you used to harass Whitney, and it's no shade. I heard the interviews, the string of interviews, but Whitney used to be getting her ass.
But you know, it all makes sense now.
But it's
why
like,
she harassed Whitney.
You can't do petty stuff and think that you're above reproach. You should be put under the same magnifying glass you try to put everybody else under. And my thing is, one thing about in the gay life, if you in order to read, you got to be able to dish some dirt to be able to take some. But you can't just be shady and act like yo.
That's not just the gay life though. That's heterosexual.
I think she was mad at Whitney because I think that Wendy was mad at Whitney because Wendy was living the same lifestyle as Whitney and Bobby, but she had to do hers behind closed doors, and Whitney and Bobby, they were doing theirs
right
in public, and it made her mad. Like, who are you to just broadcast your life when I'm getting beat on, lied to, played over here? So she didn't like her because of that, because she was her at the time.
Well, she started anyway out. She was already. Well, everybody knows she was already a cokehead when she was doing radio. You know what I mean? So Wendy Williams started out doing what she was doing. You know what I mean? She just now supposedly stopped, or not now, but you know what I mean? She ain't doing it now, but she was still doing the same thing. She was doing her thing.
We knew
if you
wasn't
scared,
mentally right because she paid to get those boobs, and she's never bought an ass. So right there, we knew something mentally
Yeah, because
wasn't with her.
She built like a washboard.
Like, for real. Now, all them
with
breasts,
balloons.
and nothing told you to take some arm meat or some
Some
thigh
people-
meat and inject it into your booty.
Well, I mean, shit. I mean, think about
She
K.
got a
Michelle.
tummy
K.
tuck.
Michelle just took that shit out because it was hurting her back.
But
And
K.
my thing
Michelle
is,
had a
it's not
booty
cute.
herself.
It's not
She
cute.
just enhanced her natural.
It's not cute.
To get it
That,
big.
To me, that shit
I
looks,
think anybody-
looks like a diaper. I don't
She
know
looks
what
like-
straight man
She
is
looks like a
Excuse me,
Barbie.
trying to tap that.
I
Like,
think all of that is just you
Unnecessary.
messing with your natural beauty. You know what I mean? And then it looks so
Well,
wrong.
Nikki work looked good. She looked better than she did when she was
No.
rapping on them stairs with them two girls.
You
When
say who?
No.
Nicki
If
Minaj,
you see,
her facial work.
no.
and her
If you
titties.
see Nicki
Her
Minaj when
titties
she
sitting
first
right.
came out,
She looked a fool.
No.
Wait a minute, wait.
No.
She got
Before.
facial
We're not
work?
talking about Lil' Kim. We talking about Nicki Minaj.
You
Lil'
say she
Kim
got
looked
facial
work,
though?
gorgeous before all her work.
No,
Lil'
Nicki.
Kim
Little
was
Kim
bad.
looks good.
Lil' Kim was bad. You
She
look good
looked-
now?
she looked- I said before.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because you was about to get booty. You was about to have a
Yeah,
time
I'm about to
out.
say,
No,
yeah,
but
Lil' Kim
No.
was bad.
No, Nikki, when she first started, she looked like the cousin to Aaliyah. When you see her before, she was a slim
look
woman
like
with a
that.
little booty.
She ain't like the cousin
She
to
was
Aaliyah
that-
because Aaliyah was beautiful.
No, in the beginning, Nikki, before the makeup, before the boobs, she just had a little booty. She was a pretty
she ain't
girl.
had no titties.
Right.
And
She was a
she
pretty
just, and she just got a face job?
As time went on, she looks different.
Yeah.
She-
I
she-
think she got her nose done.
Why do?
Because they don't want to keep
Because
contouring their
all of
nose
these
with the
women,
makeup.
all of these
That-
women are looking at European culture as a guide of perfection. Even with Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim started changing her face
She
because
scares me.
the men didn't like dark skin. You got to think about going back again to this Willie Lynch,
Oh, yeah.
Willie
Painting the
Lynch
black
mentality
against black.
and this idea of perfection and what is perfect.
But Little Kim
You're going to
was
have to elaborate
pretty.
on the Willie Lynch because
Okay,
a lot
so
of people
Willie
may not know
Lynch,
about
so
Willie Lynch.
unless you've been living under the ground, with no connection to social media or history or library, and I know you'd be lying because they're
Google is right at your fingertips, but I
Right.
guarantee you
and
that ain't nobody
Wikipedia
tell you
is
about it.
not
So
a good
Willie
source.
Lynch gave a speech.
No, he
Willie
wrote
Lynch
a
he
paper.
He wrote a letter.
Letter.
Do you think it was a letter?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
letter
And he was trying to tell the slave masters on how to keep their slaves in line.
by pinning
By pinning
the darker
the
ones against the
the
dark.
lighter ones.
Yeah.
And that shit still goes on today. Every other damn black man that's in entertainment company got a white wife. Even Jordan Peele, and I had a crush on him. Jordan Peele got a white wife, and his white wife is cute and funny. She got a crow nose. No shade, Jordan, to your wife.
Hey, you know what? Real talk.
But it's just
black
funny.
woman, you are beautiful.
Y'all
Stop messing
are.
with yourself. Stop doing the things that you're doing to yourself because you're making yourself worse. White woman, you are beautiful. Well, I said worse. You make yourself worse.
That's why I was lost.
Yeah, my bad.
Tear it down.
My bad. You're making yourself. You're tearing yourself up. You're already beautiful. You don't need to do all that stuff to yourself. Leave yourself alone. If you need a booty, do some booty exercises.
Do some squats.
But you know what?
And it looks better and it feels natural. My
it's
thing is,
somebody-
and it goes
who
better
wanna
with your.
grab
It goes
cement?
better.
But it's somebody implementing these things into their mind.
Rap.
It's not even
Rap
it's-
music and the media.
People
The
are-
media perpetuates these
And I
stigmas.
say
You
this-
got black women that are actresses that talk all the time. I know y'all heard about Jada and Gabrielle having feuds because they pin girls against each other, even with the black rappers. Cardi gotta be going against Nicki. These Iggy
If there
still
was
can't
unity-
rap. You know what I'm saying?
there was unity,
If
imagine.
not even unity, if there was just respect for you,
know how
are
Queen
you and I
Latifah-
am I.
You know how Queen Latifah
Queen
and,
Latifah, MC Light,
you know, and
all
Moni
of them can
Love
still
and
come
all of them
out.
used to be on one track
Salt and
together.
pepper.
And they always used to be on one track together. It used to be so profound. You know what I'm saying? The way that they represent each other, love, or I'm gonna go get my home girl, and
Or it was
how
like,
they
you
hung
my
out.
sister,
right?
you
Yeah,
know?
they at the
You
pizzeria
my
or whatever.
people.
They at the Coney.
You are my sister.
You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's different.
I
now.
can't sing,
I
but
ain't
you know.
the
But when
next
it
part.
comes to the way that women look, I believe that they do that based on other people. Like, I'm one of them women, I dress for myself. I do what I like. You know what I'm saying? One
not
day
a
I may
woman,
want to
but
look like a
still.
princess. One day I may want to look like a soldier. One day I may just want to dress like a cartoon character. That's on me. I don't have to answer to nobody.
Absolutely.
But it's women that be like, I can't do that. I've heard that. Like, I can't do that. I've cut my hair off. I don't know what the shape of my hair was. Like, I knew the shape of my head. It's just things that they say, like, you don't wear makeup? No. I don't even own lip gloss. Carmex, none of that. Like, you wash your face with soap and water, you apply lotion or moisturizer, and you go on.
Absolutely.
I've hung out with a girl, and it takes hours for them to put that shit on their face. And then, God forbid, if you in a club and she's sweating, now we got to spend time in the bathroom because you got to reapply.
Or you done fuck my white shirt up because I done hugged your damn powder face ass.
Like, why?
Sis,
I feel like, get used to your face. If there's an engagement and you want to beat your face, beat it. But why do you have to get up at 6 in the morning to beat your face? You're late to work because you're putting on your face.
that just sounds so weird. You have to put on your face. It's already on.
Put on a happy face.
I don't care how much money they spend on that MAC or whatever, the brush 22.1 Z3000. They neck never matches their face. So I don't know if it's another makeup that you got to put on your neck and your shoulder line. But here, you're my complexion. Here, you're chocolate.
Or just what the girls do, they brush down here.
But they put on makeup, but nobody talks about the health. Like the blemishes, what are you putting
or
on
your
that?
Skin.
I've seen
how
them
are
videos.
You cleaning
Them women
your pores?
look like monsters without that stuff. They don't even look the same. They talking about this is what I look like Monday through Sunday. That is not you.
She said these women look like
they
monsters.
I seen a lady.
From the crib.
I seen a lady. She looked like a reptilian.
No makeup on.
She looked like a reptilian. And you didn't know if she was a man.
Make me look that up, man. That was some good.
You don't know if she was a man or a woman. And they spend so much money on this stuff.
Shout out to the Crib Keeper. I thought I saw you yesterday.
Yeah, Crib Keeper. You probably did with all that makeup on.
Okay. Switching gears.
All right, we ain't say nothing about Rihanna.
Yes.
Note.
She done bossed up.
So Rihanna. I felt it when you said bossed up.
She done bossed up.
She don't got her rights.
Yeah, she owns the masters.
So let's pray for her.
Amen. We need a word of prayer. So we put her on the prayer list?
Yeah.
Pray for her. She got her masters.
Rihanna, y'all. Y'all know what happened to Prince, and I'm sorry, y'all not gonna make Prince out to be no fentanyl. Y'all not gonna say that about him because y'all did that with Propofol with Michael. Y'all not gonna do that, and then y'all tried to desecrate Michael too. Y'all tried to desecrate Michael with that damn Finding Neverland or whatever, only to come back and say that the allegations wasn't even true.
We knew that.
Yeah.
So you just
let's find Graceland.
A damn documentary.
What about Graceland?
And as soon as the kitchen got too hot, that's when you.
Graceland. What about Graceland? Let's find Graceland.
What is Graceland?
Elvis, brother.
Oh.
Finding Graceland. You know he was doing his thing exactly.
I mean, but shit, they gonna be after Cardi in a minute because of her
video.
Curly Sue.
Saying that, she had an incriminating video too.
Mm-hmm.
They was talking about all them.
Mm-hmm.
Shirley Temple.
There we go, Curly Sue.
Shirley Temple.
I know what you was talking about, though.
Curly Sue.
I know what you was talking about, though.
Thank you, cuz. You know exactly.
Yeah, I know what you talking about, but
I just shared that the other day, like that. Some of those.
But it was some things that
bothered
me.
What bothers me, and I'm not trying to read white people. Some white people I was always told about. Mrs. Cobbs, one of my teachers from social problems and social issues at Wayne County. Never say some. I mean, never say all. Just say some because you're only talking about one group. But that was so perverted. Some white people are very perverted, and it's like my thing is like early Hollywood. I'm just trying to understand where the brains and where the sense and where the tact was, because my thing is who the fuck mixes burlesque with children, like burlesque movie children. Like, why is Shirley Temple a child kissing a grown-ass man? Why is she being lifted up by a group of grown-ass men in movies? I never subscribed to that shit. I never liked that shit.
I never knew the movies was so explicit until I seen some clips. And the clips that bothered me, it was the word that they used. They said that her and the little boys that were in the movie, they were acting out adult scenes.
Yes, burlesque scenes. I just thought that was so creepy.
But it was deeper than that for me because I seen them squirting.
Yes. Milk
out of a penis-shaped thing, but it wasn't a penis, onto the little boy, or her face wasn't too far from a man's penis that was about 6 feet, or them passing her up by, holding her by her vagina over a crowd and she's surfing. And I'm just thinking, like, they pimped her out at the age of 3 because she was 3.
And see, my thing is, when
3
I
or
have
4.
a daughter, when I have children, bitch, please. Like, I see now why men and women are given certain kids in certain terms, sex-wise, because some people need to just be able to be humbled by certain experience. Like, I think certain men that are womanized when they get daughters, I think you should calm the fuck down. And you know, boys.
Actually, it don't.
No,
I
it
know,
don't.
It don't.
'cause it seems like they get worse.
It don't. I mean, they just teach their
I
daughters
mean, I don't have
more.
much experience in
They
that
just teach
field,
their
but
daughters a
experience-
little bit
I'm
more
just
on,
saying, it's
on
just
more on
it
what
bothers
to
me
not
because they
fall
teach you
for.
about Chester the molester,
That's real.
and they teach
Freddy
you about
Krueger,
Chester the
shit, wasn't
molester
Freddy
and all
Krueger
that.
a molester?
Yeah,
Freddie, yeah,
And
sure
that's
would.
like-
It come to you in your dreams.
Like,
and all the parents
and
off
then
them.
he killed, like he was touching some of the kids,
But
and then
but the thing about these people,
Terrible.
these stories that come down our timeline, or
That actually
some
scared
of
the
this
hell out
stuff
of me.
that people they do to kids,
I need
like.
to stop calling him my ex-husband.
But
like,
but I'm saying the stuff that they do to these kids, these women that are in this relationship, but you don't want to lose them. I mean, Precious is a prime example. When we watched that movie, everybody was so blown away.
But
Hell
shit,
no,
that's
it's
the
a
black
Precious,
experience.
several Precious
That's
in,
the black
in the
fucking
neighborhood.
experience in some
Yeah.
houses. Some people are so vexed by their God. I'm trying to leave mental well. We need to leave.
Yeah.
But some people are so vexed in their own mental dilemmas and mental illness that they don't know, you know, how to cope and how to deal and how to socially interact with people in the right way. My thing is the way that she was acting probably was something that it was probably guilt or probably just something she might have dealt with when she was a child.
Now, that is true. Dude, I see you. That is true in some
You don't
forms,
agree?
but at the same time,
Hurt people.
yeah, true.
Hurt
But
people
hurt
hurt
people
people.
hurt people. But
My
at the
daddy-
same time, you can decide on whether or not you want to hurt
But
somebody.
if
You don't.
have the right mental programming to be able to understand that and ascertain that initially, can that really be done?
Yeah, when you get older, your mind grows as well.
Well,
So
yeah,
I mean, you
it's
know
supposed to,
know
but
you
you
know
also-
what to do and what
you
you're
also
supposed to know
supposed
what
to
to
feed
do and
your
what not to
mind,
do.
What I'm
too.
saying, when it comes to the babies, that's a whole nother ball game.
That is.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know I talk about not doing an eye for an eye and treating people accordingly. But I think when you mess with children, there's some different laws that should apply to you.
You know, and then they trying to put that in law, pedophilia or whatever it is. They trying to add that in there. I don't agree with that.
Let me pedophilia. Pedosexual.
And did you watch the woman give a documentary about how that is normal?
First
That's
off,
not.
sis, let me no, but no shade. It kind of is. It kind of is no shade.
Really?
Yes,
I
because
don't-
remember
how
when
do
you
you-
have the niggas. I mean, I'm sorry. You have the guys from. Weren't they back in the day? Weren't they putting their daughters up to marry certain people? These niggas knew that these men was grown. Bitches was getting married 14.
So
The
I mean, like, what
Indians,
are you
I
talking?
know, don't they do that?
Okay,
In Africa,
That's-
shit.
Man,
don't
that's-
they,
that's-
aren't they have
that's-
I
polyamorous,
understand.
I don't
polygamous
agree with
relationships?
that.
I understand.
I don't agree with none
We
of that.
don't agree with it, but it does on.
Yeah, I do.
It may
I
go on,
understand
but-
what I'm talking about. There's no way that I should be giving this girl my 2-year-old for $500 for 4 days and to bring my 2-year-old back. I'm talking about stuff like that. When I seen a girl selling her baby on Instagram,
Who?
and she sat there, and what bothered me the most is at first I thought it was one of those pranks and people just do ignorant stuff to get likes. But when she sat there and she's having a conversation with somebody like, okay, they said they're going to pay us this. Now, I'm going to give you 30. I just want to make sure that you don't break her too much. Make sure that you don't open her up because somebody else is supposed to get her this weekend. This is your 2-year-old. That bothered me. And the fact that people were sitting there,
Some people aren't fit to be parents.
commenting, and nobody said, hey, let's call the police or copy this and that. And she was actually talking, describing her daughter and how fresh she was and how you can use her. Where was your mind at? Where was the daddy at? And what has been done to you that you would?
Again,
But
some
then if you
people
type
are
that in your phone, numerous posts, 7 years old, 11 years old, 4 years old. The one that's trending now is with the guy and the mother and the father of the actual baby.
Yeah, I seen. I didn't see
You
the
know,
video.
the mother
but I
and the
did see
father
like
of the
that.
actual baby,
That's nasty.
they was having sex
With
with
this
the little
baby.
girl. And even when the father wasn't there, the mother was bothering her. And the courts asked the little girl, how do you know when your time is done?
When the white stuff.
She said
come
when the
out.
white stuff come out. So my thing
That's
about
terrible.
it is, if you are lost for money or you need funds, what could tell a person, hey, let me put my baby up for the roster. You making a sacrifice for the house. And even if they are a child, when they get a teenager and you know, hey, my daughter's pretty, I'm going to give her with this rich guy, he's going to give me a house, you are prostituting your child. And they think that they're helping their parents or they're doing what they're told because they say listen to your elders. But some of these elders aren't wrapped too tight either. Some parents don't deserve to be parents.
Products of their trauma. Some people are products of their trauma.
If you know you got trauma, pick your baby up and drop him off somewhere else. But again,
that goes back to Taraji P. Henson. Sometimes we are programmed in such a way that, you know, you sweep certain things under the rug. What happens in this house stays in this house. People don't want people to look at them critically. But the problem is, unfortunately, and there's no falsity to the fact that black people a lot of times are very standoffish about mental health.
And about the wrong stuff.
Mental health. We need to have these conversations. And I feel like we need to push towards this mental health portion, but I'm going to be in order. What time is it? Make sure we on.
Almost 8.
Okay, cool. So, like, what, we got 30 minutes, I want to say? Because we started late. Like, I just think that it's time more so that we as people, outside of color, thank you. It's like we have to be honest with ourselves and seek the help that we need. Like, if you know, but some people don't know that they've
First off, you have to admit that you have a problem.
Yeah.
And people are afraid to admit that they have a problem because if you admit you have a problem, then you fall under a title. And if you fall under a title, there's certain requirements to that title. If you know that you're ill, if you know that you're sickly, if you know that you lack some mental things that everybody else, you short a couple marbles, then you need to go speak with somebody, you need to go get some treatment. But treatment shouldn't always be medicine because all that medicine, sometimes it just puts a shield on what's really going on with you. It's not helping you. It's just stopping you from that moment. Well, instead of you running around the house, now you're just in one spot. But when you can't refill, it's now you running around the house. We need to know, why are you running? Why can't you apply that to a paper? Why can't you take that out of your feet, put it in your hands, and write this down?
Because I know psychiatrists can write scripts, and therapists can they talk. I
think therapists can write scripts too, can't they?
I don't think they can.
Yes,
Psychiatrists have the. Psychiatrists have the.
Yeah,
they
therapists can write.
They can both.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
So I guess you must have a license. You have to have a license or something.
I don't know exactly how it works.
If they see you need it, they can. If they can't write it, they'll send you to somebody.
But my thing is,
a lot.
Some people don't, like you said. And I saw that a lot in the schools. Like, I cannot tell you how many people, if their child is not acting a certain way, the first thing they want to do is do a Social Security disability claim, and it's like, baby, you're hindering this child's progress.
No shame.
Because they getting on your nerves, or they not. Maybe if you sat and had a damn conversation,
that's laziness.
What the fuck's going on?
Laziness.
Financial gain, like a guy told me, no shade. He told me, he said, Bliss,
Hashtag no shade.
no shade. He said, Bliss, I do have a problem, an anger problem. He was like, but my mom told me that, hey, the bills is piling up around here. We need to get this money. So they sent him down there, and he does get crazy checks, and he does help out with the bills. He was like, I think I'm messed up, but not messed up to the point that they're saying, but I had to help my mom.
I know exactly what they are. Yep. Individual evaluation. Yeah.
That leads to that check. When I worked at the school.
Man, I'm telling you, I started working in the schools in 2017, and just in that one time of having a 5th grade class, 4th grade class, you learn so much about these kids. Some of these kids are being mistreated. Some of these kids are in messed up situations, and some of the situations they're unbeknownst to the child, they're unbeknownst to the parent, because a lot of times these parents, I understand y'all trying to hustle up for these kids. A lot of people that work in the plants to have kids. Like, I know y'all heard about that terrible situation where the parents was at work at the plant and their kids got caught in the fire, the house fire, and got killed. Mm-hmm. You know, like, it's just, I just feel like mentally some people should take the opportunity. Like, I'm actually about to, I wasn't gonna talk about it, but I'm thinking about looking into mental health, options, because there are things that I haven't confronted. Like, I've been getting fucked with and bullied for being perceived gay since elementary. And think about carrying that on top of singing, on top of being talented, on top of being a performer in school, on top of being gay, on top of being black. Like my dad told me when I told him I was gay, shit, now you got 2 strikes against you. You're a black man and you gay. But that's being real. I'm talking about preparing me for the world.
Yeah, ain't no
Preparing me,
sugarcoating. Ain't no
walking down
sugarcoating
the
the
street
world.
telling me, like, look, nigga, don't make yourself a target. You ain't
Yeah,
got to
you
put
said-
that
you said
fancy,
that.
I always tell you that shit. Don't put that fancy ass shit on. I'm a fancy type nigga, but I'm going to rock fancy shit the right way.
Right.
I'm not walking through the fucking hood where the gutter niggas is with no motherfucking Jordan fit. And if I am, I'm going to be driving. Because
Right.
that's just not making myself a target.
True.
You feel me? Like, I have an extent to my gay. Because sometimes I have to snap in my neck. I ain't tell you, somebody tried, man, this dude, 4 o'clock in the morning, came to my door, called up the stairs, I'm thinking it's my neighbor. Rattling my doorknob, man. I said, who that? Such and such. When that damn knife got me one of my good machetes, I said, what's good, man? Oh, I thought, oh, yeah, I know you did. I'm gonna need you to walk on down the stairs. Had to escort them out. Like, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga get up because you not thinking correctly.
Man, it's crazy.
Trauma.
I think that like Bliss said earlier, man, a lot of times we have to admit our problems before they can
You gotta
even be
say,
solved.
I'm not. Yes, I am gay. You can say that I'm gay. I am a black man. I'm this and that. But that's my business. You being gay shouldn't affect the world. And that's my problem with the world. Because people are programmed to say, well, we're going to hate this certain type of people. We're going to like this certain type of people. We're going to accept this certain type of person. But we're not going to accept this group. At the end of the day, we are all sinners. Mm-hmm. We are working on ourselves. Your sin is not bigger than my sin.
And I be tired of talking about it because I hate it. Be like,
but that's how you kill it.
Everything be like that, but it be like, shit, this my
You say
experience.
you kill it by constantly putting it in their face.
And you
and
leave it. You
telling-
leave it be. You leave it be. And I say that because as a black woman, when I go places,
You got your own struggles.
you know,
feminist
I come
struggles,
off
man.
as very masculine. But when I get dressed
I don't think
up,
it's masculine. I think it's assertive.
They-
Certain
well,
men are used to you women being subservient.
well, I don't know, but when I
I saw an interview with a whole bunch of women stars like Meryl Streep, Rihanna, powerful women.
So does that make you vulnerable?
hell to the law. Like, after that. But I'm saying the way that people treat me, okay, like, when I just worked a party, you know, I had on my little romper and my little boots. My breast was out, my leather jacket.
It was cute.
Oh, you so pretty, woo, woo, woo. Dang, how you doing? You got a man? Da, da. But then when I dress like this, they be like, what tip you on? You got a man? What's cracking? Like, the way that they approach you is different. Okay, even when I get flicked. When I get flicked and I don't have on nothing, I don't get no ticket. But if I got on this and some hoop shorts, I'm going to get a ticket. So people treat women differently that dress a certain way. When you got it all out, they for it. But when you cover it up, what's wrong with you? You don't want to talk? How you feel? It's like, dang, I'm in my own world. I'm doing my own thing. Why do you assume? Or they assume that you a lesbian. Just because you own a couple pair of Timbs do not mean you lick vagina. Because you can suck a mean dick and still have a pair of
That's what I'm about to
boobs.
say, bitch. You've been straight since I've been knowing you.
But they don't
bitch.
know that people feel like a tomboy.
But I feel like studs and lesbians have changed the idea of tomboy.
They told me, I heard
some
somebody-
girls are. I grew up with them. Some girls love.
No,
niggas.
they told me that a tomboy.
Listen.
They said that a tomboy is the low at the totem pole, meaning a tomboy normally elevates to a lesbian, then a lesbian, then to a dyke, and then to a butch. Because somebody told me I seen a couple gay girls in the store, and they like, tomboys still exist?
That's a dumb classification.
I know a female that was a tomboy, and she didn't grow up to be nothing
a
like that.
lot of my girls
she
is
actually,
tomboys, and they can rock a skirt, they can rock some sis and stilettos, and they can rock some Jordans.
She do it any type of way.
But I'm just saying, people.
That's like me. Shit,
But
I
I'm
can.
saying, people look at you and how you look. That's the lifestyle that they feel.
We all judge books by their. Contrary to popular belief, you still cannot judge a book by its cover because some niggas still judge books by their cover. They think that
turn it over and read it.
I see who you are. I'm going to make a predisposed notion about who I think you are, and a lot of times you niggas are wrong.
Well, actually, you know what? A lot of times when people make those, when they get to reading you and think that they're reading you, they're always wrong.
All the time.
They're always wrong. It's nothing that. I can come up to you right now. I wouldn't. When we first met, I didn't know you were gay.
Yeah.
It's about
Yeah, like when we first met.
You for that.
I mean, I didn't know he was gay. You know what I mean? But
on the date, like even like I have to say this. I love this show, y'all. I normally date DL guys. So the thing about it is a lot of times DL guys have this crazy notion that I'm going to talk about them with everybody that I congregate with, and it's like, sis, you're not that important. And at the end of the day, I mean that not in a sense.
I'm sorry, I missed the first. What did you say about the who guys?
The DL guys.
Down low man.
Oh, the
So
DL guys.
straight guys.
Oh, the DL guys.
You date straight guys. Let's be honest. They be straight.
Dog.
But the thing
you
about
need
it
to
is, I
expose
know
these
how
cats.
to
Look,
know.
look.
No,
if you gay,
listen,
dog.
no.
If you gay, bro,
But you don't really
stay over
date
there.
gay men.
No,
You date straight guys.
And I even have gay men that tell me that. Like, I've had gay men, like, I found attractive, and they be like, oh, I ain't even think you be looking at me. I'm like...
But you date
You
straight
a man.
guys. If that makes any sense.
That don't make sense. They're not
so-
straight.
Hey,
They date. Yes, they is because he be the first one they date.
But no, that's not straight.
Mine do. They still...
How?
If you
contrary to popular
if you
belief,
get-
bisexual people exist. There are some people that actually like pussy and they like penis.
No.
No. Yes.
No.
We have to be honest to these situations.
Listen.
Because some of the,
Well, if that's the case, then they
That's
need to
the
be
problem.
honest
We
with. They
lie
need to
too
be
much.
honest
No,
with themselves.
bisexual and down low is not the same.
down low means
That
I just don't
it
want
is.
to-
No, it's
no,
not.
y'all
Wait,
going.
hold on,
y'all
wait.
going off old boy
Wait.
definition from Oprah.
That is-
I don't even.
no,
I
that
didn't even see that. I don't
Listen,
know why Oprah.
bisexual is when a guy likes a girl
And he
and he
like
likes some.
niggas too.
I know what that
Down
is.
low is when a guy don't nobody know.
But the bisexual dudes that you say that you mess with are they DL, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they don't know. So the other people don't know about these dudes.
But
Don't
guess
tell
what?
me
But
that.
gu-
Come
but
on,
but
man.
Guess what? Why I agree with it? Because these men may still fuck with whatever sex they fuck with, but they don't broadcast that shit. And sometimes it's easier in my line of work as being a substitute, in my line of work as singing and doing certain things. It's easier to have people that are low key because I've had dudes that were out
I
and
don't
that I
agree.
was public with and shit. It just be hard because
Down
they
low.
I don't
making
agree.
comments on Facebook or they
My thing
stalking my
about it is
page and
this.
shit. Like
And I
certain
just don't.
times it's just good. You thinking about it as if they're being
Promiscuous.
no, not promiscuous. You thinking of it as if they're being mischievous in the sense that they're like
Sleep
Not
with their wife.
and
telling the woman.
That's why I go back to that context of the guy from DL, the DL guy from the Oprah shit. He had a certain perspective or context or connotation for that definition. My definition is a person who is discreet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
I hear you,
personally
but I
like
don't
that
hear
because
you.
my thing is, even a lot of times, like, chicks is really be getting at me now. And I ain't had that happen in a while. Like, I had this girl I was driving one day, and she was like,
What up,
she
bro?
rolled
Well,
down
go
the
ahead,
window.
go
She
ahead and
was-
check it out.
She, man, shut up, sorry, my damn brother. But you are my brother. Like, he literally, like, my brother always say, man, go ahead and do it. I'm like, shut up, bro.
Go ahead and check it out.
So you don't see yourself getting married
I
to
mean,
a woman?
if the
You ain't
cards
gonna have
line,
no-
I've had a lot of people pray, and I've prayed a lot of times, you know. Men
You
ain't
never
making
seen
know-
a woman that you like?
I think some girls are very beautiful.
Hey, listen. Matter of fact, the one that we were when we were shooting your video, and you turned around and said, "Even I can appreciate that one."
Yeah, well, yeah, I can appreciate women's beauty. I can. Because I love beauty, but I really love men.
So if a woman had a dick.
No, that ain't no
I like them
woman.
fucking she-males, bro.
No, I ain't said she was a she-male. Like if
That's
she had
what
a
she
strap.
is.
But if she had a strap,
That-
would you talk to
Ain't
her?
nothing like the real thing, baby.
Let me stop.
That's why lesbians flip flop.
Just keep my. I'm
That's
staying here.
why lesbians flip flop.
Hey, listen here. Check this out. Hey, listen here. Check this out. If you like penis, and you the same sex as the penis, you're gay.
That's common sense.
There's no bisexual
But
in that.
yes, it.
You can't.
Who
I
said
don't
it
see that.
was?
Hey, but now we do a cultural competency course at my job.
Okay.
Now they said in the gay communities they're the same sexual orientations as the heterosexual.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Bottom is correlated to a female. They try to make it like this, but I know some masculine ass bottoms.
Yeah.
And tops they try to say are the males in a relationship, but I don't agree with that.
I'm sorry, you said the who?
Oh shit, I'm broken.
I'm sorry, I don't know nothing about the gay terms. I'm sorry.
So a top that's the dude that's penetrating. The bottom is the one that's penetrated. Verse is a person that's doing both. Verse bottom can do both. They just
all right, thank you. That's enough. Keep going.
Verse top prefers to penetrate.
All right,
but they can do both.
But
so
that don't. But y'all both got the same thing. Why? What does it matter?
Because one person is getting done, and the other person is just doing. Like,
so it's just one of you that's just always taking it, and is one of you always giving it.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
That don't. You know what? So where do you get yours at? Don't you want to go in something? I mean, I'm just
some bottoms don't even don't even like to talk about, don't even like to embrace their sexual appendages because they feel like they get the pleasure from that.
That's funny. He said the bottoms and the tops.
It's very funny.
No, because I know a guy, he's a top and he's
all
very
right.
feminine. He gets his hair done like a woman. He walks like a woman, but he's a big guy. Like, he's tall. He's just so stylish. But I noticed that the guys that he messed with, they're thugs. Like, they're the trap boys and there's nothing feminine about them. They look down low. They got like 6 or 7 baby mamas.
Because even in my life, like, I have a lot of straight friends. I have a lot of straight male friends that are my bros. Like I got a bro right now, Real. What up, bro? Like, he in Georgia. That's my nigga. Like, he been knowing me since I was knee high to a grasshopper.
But it's a difference.
He wish a nigga would. You know.
Yeah, I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate against nobody. You do what you
Absolutely.
do. You like what you like. I don't discriminate. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I just never really understood it myself. I mean, forget my language, but pussy is the best.
I understand.
I mean, and when it's self lubricating, it does what it's excellent.
Too.
No,
Yes, it
You ain't never had it.
Well, thank you, but the thing is, I don't want that. But the thing is, you know what I mean.
We get it.
But I just never really understood. Like, I mean, I guess it's not for me to understand. It's not. I guess it's never really not meant for me to understand. But you can't.
But the ear, nice so fast.
I just don't get it. You got a woman that has everything that you can possibly want, and then you have.
That's it.
Yeah, I guess that is. You know, I'm not judging. I don't judge. You know, I don't judge.
You're not judging, but you're open to your opinion.
Did you ever want a woman?
I respect.
Was there a little girl on the playground and she was like,
not at all.
You ain't pulling no pigtails or nothing.
You never.
You ain't smacking no booty and run.
I showed it. I did that. I got excluded for it.
Me too, but I still did it again.
I did it. But no.
But did you ever try to date a girl?
No, cause see, my situation was different. Like, I was called. This is gonna be in my autobiography or biography, whichever one. I did the Tootsie Roll in the elementary school lunchroom, and from that day forward, because people saw I liked to dance and I was effeminate, they started calling me gay boy faggot. So that was a source of a lot of the bullying that I dealt with my matriculation through school.
So during that moment, were you already were you already transitioned? I'm sorry, I don't know how to say it. I didn't say it.
Transgender. So
well, not transgender, but I'm saying
not the transition.
Not trans. Well, you know what I mean.
No shade to my trans sisters. How you doing?
Look, no offense to none of you. No offense to nobody.
You don't know none of the terminology.
I know. Yeah, he probably is privy to some, because I mean, some has been put. Okay, well, transgender is just.
Well, I know transgender. I know what that is. Like.
But no, like at that point, it was just kind of, I think, like conception. Like, people were like trying to tell me that I was that. Then
but you weren't at that time.
I weren't. I was in elementary. I didn't know what the fuck
you ain't
that
know.
meant.
Okay, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, but then I had a performing arts teacher that told me what the connotation was, but she told me the other connotation
about being happy.
Being happy. So I'm now embracing it.
Walking around bouncing.
I think so is he. So then it's like I'm going into school and now I'm having these feelings. I'm not really having them for the girls because I'm looking at guys and I'm like, I'm not kind of like that, but I always kind of liked guys.
But I know when I met you, I told you, number one, ain't nobody gonna put their hands on you.
Hell no.
I don't care what you is or what you believe. You my brother, you my friend, and that was our bond.
But I've always been like that. I've always had that kind of personality that I can strike a conversation with anybody. I can connect with anybody because I'm a people's person.
I believe that people told you.
They tried to assert who I was
before
I even had the opportunity to. Now, I'm not going to lie. Like, I did have a girlfriend when I was in ministry class at More Excellent Way. She ended up getting back with her baby daddy. I had a bad chick, you know, when I had one, you know. But we saw that we were like friends. I love men. I like the company of men, you know. And it's not like no gay, like I'm the girl. Because
that's what my thing. Because I think when I hear people have gay conversation, I always go back to when I was younger, and I used to hear them say, "Little boy." You used to
be a tomboy, fucking bro. Air Force Ones, pair pulled back in the ponytail, jersey and some hooper shorts.
I had to be comfortable when I get my.
But I respected it.
But
I didn't. You know how look at her like. That.
Because I remember when all the
girls... Because we knew who the studs was!
Right, but all the girls was wearing their parents' clothes. They was wearing fitted pants and crop tops, and I had on sports bras, hoop shorts. I was wearing wife beaters to match my J's, and my grades was good. I was chilling. Like, I had some guys that I like, you know, but at the end of the day, they knew what I liked. Versus the girls that was really into girls, they looked like it. They looked like they was right off the pen. Yeah, and y'all had some down low girls too at DSA. Like I used to see a lot of kisses and a lot of ass grabs. That's why I love being gay. I get, you know, have great moments that I don't appreciate. But I was about to say is when I was younger, I used to hear them say stuff about the little boys, like he got some sugar in his tank. Yeah, but he was only 2.
My uncle called and that was another thing. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. Again, this is in my autobiography or my biography. I gotta get the connotation, which definition. But I have people in my family saying that shit. I have an uncle who used to call me Sugar Shack. And then you know how bad it is when you get of age and you realize what he was calling you?
Mm-hmm. So he was calling you what?
Sugar Shack.
Sugar Shack?
Yes, nigga.
I'm not laughing like I'm not laughing like that.
I'm gonna put a song.
I'm not laughing like that. That's just crazy.
I'm gonna work on a song about that because people don't understand how we handicap each other. You know what I'm saying? We speak things on people that people really end up believing, and then people's whole lives are changed by that. You know?
Yeah, and I still think that falls under programming because it was always told to me, Bliss, you need to get a perm, you need to straighten your hair, you need to put on your skirt, put on your lipstick. You would have been married.
But you rebelled. Because you were you.
That's that.
But I feel like you are beautiful.
And they tell you like if you do these things that you will have a man, no man will accept you like this. And I be thinking, like, what is you talking about?
What world do y'all live in?
Like, if you present the vagina on a plate, in the bed, on the steps, he's going to take it afro. He's not like, girl, your middle part ain't right. Like, come on now.
Think about no middle part.
People love you.
You think about the middle part, but I ain't not the one that you think.
On a period.
That's why I say people are programmed.
Hey, you can walk through mud, you can fuck through blood.
You have to look like a video vixen. You gotta go through all this for somebody to be with you.
I just want to make sure I'm clear that he said that.
Hey.
And you talk about how you can't understand us.
Hey, look, man. Hey,
that was nasty.
Hey, come on. Don't act like y'all know what the red towel means.
No, it's the black towel. You got the black one.
It's just got to be a dark color.
Yeah, so on.
Yeah.
Hey, I got 9 kids.
Damn.
Papa is a rolling stone. But Papa, I be taking care of home, so that's what's up.
Hey.
No, but what else? Tawdry details you got to tell us about the heterosexual perspective. Because I hear about y'all shit enough. I hear shit about y'all shit enough. That's why I've not been to a strip club just yet.
I don't do strip clubs.
When I do go to a strip club, I will be going with some of my peoples.
Yeah, I don't do strip clubs.
No, I heard they got good food.
They got great chefs.
I heard they got some good food.
They got great chefs.
My thing is,
and I don't think my wife would even.
First off, I'm not tipping for no dance.
My wife would kill me.
Because they do the same fucking dances in the bar that I go to.
Every song change is a dance.
It's like my thing is no, I'm not, and my thing is I'm not about to come in here and pay you a 20% charge for no ones and have to buy a drink, X amount drink limit. No, sis.
Well, that's if you close to the bar.
Oh thank you for telling us the detail.
I lived in the bar.
Which one?
That's why I got divorced.
Oh well, bless God.
That's one reason.
Well, bless God for Jesus.
You still go?
Oh no, I retired.
He said he retired. He was a retiree.
Okay.
Yeah, I never did strip clubs. I just didn't understand. I'm cheap. So I'm not going and throwing my money to you.
You don't have to throw your money though. That's the misconception.
But shit, don't go down to Atlanta and try and go to what's that place, Magic City, because they'll call your ass out if you ain't tipping.
They would.
My
They
brother,
would call
my
me
brother, my brother told me, and they were like, they petty.
And I ain't gonna say I'm so much as cheap. I just
You
don't. I just don't
frugal.
like to. I don't like to spend money on stuff that I know ain't gonna really
That has
do
no
nothing.
purpose,
Nothing
yeah.
for me.
Now, when you go, because I used to go to the penthouse in Washington, D.C., off the chain, and then I went to the Club Money in South Carolina. It's like 60 women competing to get on the center stage. You got to be there early enough to get your name on the list. But the joints that's on the side, they getting that money. They getting bread too. So I ain't gonna say I never gave money, but it's like I'm not paying to hit it. I mean, you pay for it.
Because there's a lot going on in the strip club. They ain't just shaking ass.
No, hell no. You go to that $40 the VIP room at the time.
Bro.
You go in there, and then like they say, whatever you get, you get. They ain't saying we selling you sex, but whatever you speak your game on and you get, you get.
But see, that's what I'm talking
that's
about.
the champagne room.
It's a little bit more to it.
See, that's what I'm talking about. And then they sit up here. That's why I laugh at straight men. And I have to. I'm gonna share a video because the straight dude was literally talking about like how you can be mad at gay men and how if you come into like some people don't be out in the closet because I feel like y'all straight men are starting to know when men is in the closet and they DL.
You know what? The gaydar does pop up on certain men. The gaydar does pop up.
Because certain dudes are like, if they walk into a party, this is the dude say, we walk into a party and the only thing you talking about is there's too many gay people in this party. What are you talking about? It's more chicks for us. he like, how are you mad at this? He said, it's so fucking easy. Just talking about how much, he said, I came in here and I looked at how many bitches it was. He said, it's open territory. The odds are forever in your favor. Because it's like, and a lot of times my brothers, no shade, not like my brothers can't get no pussy, but they always be asking me to throw them girls, and I'll be like, I mean, I can, but
that's because I ain't gonna front you. You might have, you got some a
all
lot
the
of
time.
You got the inside track. Like,
all the time.
Yeah,
but I've been a
good?
loyal friend to a lot of my girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? Like
You'll never hook us up with no mess. Because
I
people
will
come and
never
say,
fucking
hey,
hook y'all
hook
up
me up with Bliss.
Because y'all be trying to fit, girl, let's not talk about that. What's the tea? Like literally trying to get me to put in a good word. And I'm like, sis, if she didn't notice the king that you were,
how I'm gonna tell her? Because I'm her man.
What is my
But you know what make me so mad? And I'm not even trying to. When I see guys and they be like, I got 9 houses, 27 cars,
help us Holy Ghost.
0 kids, I got no STDs. I got 100 businesses. I got a credit score of 23,000. My mama loved me. My grandma, I did her garden. Why don't nobody want to be with me? And you know the first thing, maybe I'm ignorant. You know the first thing I was thinking.
What?
I always be like, his dick is small.
It gotta be.
Okay.
And then the second thing, you talk too much.
Okay.
Then the third thing, if you have all this shit, let it speak for you. Quit throwing that up. And that's a lot of times, like I've been on the dating scene, but they don't know. They will talk their way into some drama. Like, it's your lifestyle.
They will talk their way out some coochie.
Yeah, I don't even want to say that because now when I go out to dinner, well, when I was dating, you sit there and I just listen. It's like, okay, all right, bring them appetizers, okay. All right, thank you. Do I need to go half on this? And I'm out. I'm not calling you nothing because first off, you don't have the sauce. I don't care how many businesses you have. Your personality sucks. Can you buy that? And that's one thing that they can't buy. They whack, they have small penises, and they talk too much. Like
she really emphasizes that a lot.
Because they do.
Because that's a fucking factor. I'm sorry. That's just like that. Come on now, fellas. Let's be real, man. Like if a chick ain't
if her hygiene isn't up to par, like her booty,
that's gonna be a problem.
Her booty bigger than this table.
Ain't got
she
the
got
right
a nice
titties
car.
and you love titties. That's a problem. If her breath stank every time she lean in when she get in the car, that shit's gonna turn you off. Even fucking Flav flame the damn chick like must have a bad tooth or something in your mouth, you know. And this nigga looked like Smeagol's black cousin from Africa. So
but
it's
his
like
teeth clean.
No shade.
His teeth is white.
That is hilarious. But that is very funny. But yes, with women, there are different things that men may look at and it may turn them off. But at the same time, you're a woman.
What the hell does that mean?
I mean, you're a woman. just because I don't want you, don't mean that somebody else not gonna
Oh,
want you.
child, shut the hell up. That's why catfish
True.
is a show.
True. Is that true or
I
not?
just said my whole
Is that true or
inside
not?
just stopped like,
Is
what?
that ain't true? It's somebody out here for
Every
everybody.
man is not fucking every chick.
Well, not. I ain't saying every man. I ain't saying that every.
girls-
No shit with no shit.
But it is somebody out here for everybody.
Y'all do got it made. Y'all got it made. The trade love y'all just for who y'all are.
Hell, no, you know
Just
what?
for
The ugliest woman
Can't
got a dude. Got
That's
a dude.
because she got a snack cabinet.
No,
in a
that's because
comfortable
she
bed.
got a vagina. Cut it out.
That's because she got a snack cabinet.
Man,
Most of these
that's because she got a
girls,
vagina,
some
and,
of these
and you know what
girls,
she
I be
probably
looking
do?
at
She
some of
probably
the
suck a
trade they
mean
pull,
one
I
too.
be like, how did she get him?
Because she suck a mean one.
Like, girl, she got on the car.
She
She
suck-
put something in her name.
It don't be-
She got his Verizon.
And then she got a good personality too, and she take care of business in the bed.
Her personality was on point when you went and kicked. Like you said, you was at your worst. So dude was willing to just come up and like, boom, I want to get to know you despite.
No, he came off.
But that's just like
it was a creep. He gave me a
Shekinah.
creep vibe.
Like Shekinah, like the one girl Shekinah on Instagram. Shout out to her. She's talked about you have with me and you, a man have to love you more than you love him. Because men be having so much going on. If you not important or a focal point, they gonna continue
gonna
to
be
be
off to
who they
another cat.
are.
Hey, you know what? And a lot of times we don't leave y'all for other women. We just leave y'all because of y'all.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know.
No shade. That's real. Cause I have a friend that's divorced too, and he says the same thing. He says his wife, he take nothing from her. He never tears her down. That's why I'm the way that I am with my exes. I don't want to tear anybody down because if I courted with you, you're somebody that's important to me. You feel me? But he was basically saying like her attitude and some of the things, the past traumas that she's dealt with has kind of vexed
So
her.
let's go back to programming. And if you want
But just like you can install a program, you can uninstall a program.
that's my thing. It's just like
Depending
if I
on
want
if
to
the
date
person
you,
wanted to be
if I want to
installed.
date you
And what
and
is the
every
person doing to manage that program?
if I wanted to date you and every other girl you had cheated on you, she lied and did you both. You can't come in assuming that I'm going to do the same
Absolutely.
thing.
But
And if I'm
that's normally the
But if
mindset
I'm
though.
true, that's a big factor. But if I'm doing the right things, but I'm being punished, how long you think I'm gonna be in the torture chamber? I'm not Kiara.
Right.
I didn't steal your wallet. I didn't crash your car. I have my own vehicle. I'm not gonna play this game. Yes, I know you have a little mental. I'll be there for a minute, but how long do you think I'm gonna stay? I'm getting the shit she should have got. You should have did this to her.
He did. he did. Why you think she ain't there?
I'm just saying, it's just so different out here when it comes to your lifestyle, when it comes to your wellness, when it comes to having important things, like having priorities.
Thank you, reinforcement. Thank you.
You know, priorities are supposed to be important. Having some
That's
solitude
a part of
in your life,
lifestyle.
but no, that is not, because as of now, people feel like all you gotta do is look like something. You ain't
No,
really gotta be
no.
nothing.
You can't. Your priorities have to be in check in order for you to have the correct lifestyle that you desire. To me, I have to get my ass up and go do somebody's job or do some gig to get the necessary money for rent, lights, phone bill. Period. Outside of a nigga, nah, I'm sorry. In our lifestyle, yeah, you can have a dude that cash you out. You know what I'm saying? You can have a sponsor. But trust, I'm the type of dude, I like that, but I want you to sponsor me when I'm already sponsoring us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to take care of the bills and you throw the money.
What you about to say?
No, because your man, chill out. Y'all do a lot for these girls. A girl maintenance in itself costs a lot.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna sit up here and say I don't do a lot for my wife. I do a lot for my wife. I do a lot for my wife.
She earned it.
Yeah, she earned
You don't do the same
everything.
thing for a girlfriend that you do for a wife.
Yeah, my wife earned everything that she nigga. I would give her the last dollar in my pocket and be on E. And still try to make that spot to go and make the money so I can put more money into it. But the thing is, a sponsorship that's prostitution. That's prostitution. You get money if you get money.
The people are sponsoring these women that ain't getting no vagina.
Thank you.
No, that's not stupidity. That's prostitution.
No, that's
No, that's
stupidity.
not getting
They ain't getting
no-
none.
That's not getting that.
I'm cashing you out and I'm getting.
And I don't get none.
No, some men. What I've learned, some men just want time.
But
what kind of time?
Yeah, because I know some females that get down, brother. Like, I heard the phone call. I thought she was bringing a check through. Hey, but he fumbling over his words. She said,
body in, nigga.
hey,
Click.
man, she said, well, you know what? Just fuck it. I ain't fucking with you no more. respect. She said, watch this. Dude called her back. I was like, man, I'm done. I'm done. He didn't grow up, you know, with the cat and my pop. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I can't even fuck with him.
Well, see, again, you got a lot of broken men out here trying to make
By love too.
shit me. I mean, I'm a fuck up sometimes in love, and I'm the first to
I'm
be
bad
honest
at
and
it.
say that.
I'm bad at
I
it.
know I've been terrible to some of my boyfriends, but guess what? I got all my boyfriends can't say shit bad about me. And if they say shit bad about me,
Lies.
you can't get me to say nothing bad about them. And you know why? Because what does it profit me to tear you down and to dish your dirt? Obviously, if I went through something with you, even with like the alias or the identity of somebody that I talk to, if I'm talking to somebody that's down low, as long as I got a mental picture of who the fuck you are and that shit don't change in the course of us being together, we good. Period. And then I'm not the type
I
of,
got one question. I'm sorry, I don't mean it.
That's fine.
When
No,
you say that when your down low friends, do these down low friends have women?
no, not all of them.
Not all of them.
Or they might not have. They might have dated women and not dating women now.
But some of them may or have.
Tried vagina.
Or they still may be in a relationship with the female, but they still letting you tear their rear end off.
Okay, first of all, let's not paint me out as a homewrecker.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Belief,
Damn
just
water.
because you have a sexual or a relationship with somebody that is down low does not mean that they are down low in the sense that they're doing things that are arbitrary than their institution of marriage. When I was young, yes, I did talk to cats that was married because I was dumb. I didn't have no respect. I didn't know how this shit was because no manual to say, don't do this, don't do this, you know.
Okay, well, but the thing what I was getting
What
to
you
was
asking
that.
is he having sex with people that date women?
I mean, I do.
Well, that actually
'cause
have
most of the
women
time-
right now as the
No,
recommended what they're
right
messing
now,
with them.
No.
Oh, okay, because I was about to say, because that
But I
if
can't-
they
but I
down
can't-
low,
He got
I can't
serious.
get
Yeah,
mad
you're right,
if
because
I
if they
mess
down
with a
low-
dude that's had like 10, 12 kids.
well, no, I'm not.
They just
Look,
like me at
your
that
business
time.
is your business. But I'm saying is, if you got a woman, and then you tearing his rear end off, and he going back to that woman, and she don't know nothing about it,
There are people that are wrong like that,
He's-
but
that's
I'm
the-
not dealing with them. And if they're not telling me that, then. And
You never know.
I'm very selective. A jump off is a jump off. A jump off, know that they're a jump off
Oh,
because they done
Jesus,
hit
I
my
don't want to
phone
hear
off.
about that.
I mean, that's just being
got
real.
SPs.
You got some people that what y'all call them, bust
Well, you
downs.
don't
We
have
call
them.
them jump
What
offs.
is the SP?
The side piece.
Thank you.
Oh,
Y'all call
okay.
them bust downs. A Thadiana. He just got rich
A weak
making a
flavor.
song for it.
Y'all
okay?
flavor?
Or
Y'all
flavor
got
of the
cat
week.
that's just
okay.
for sex, and we have
The
people that's
honeycomb
just
hideout
for
invite.
lovers. Right now,
I've
I
heard
don't
of
want a
that.
lover.
Here's my-
I don't mind talking to nobody. I don't mind. I need to get me together, single wise. I need to get my empire together. Like I need to get some shit moving.
Right, I believe
The
that.
Contrary to
Yeah,
Popular
it's
Belief,
time,
Belly
it's time.
GQ got me wrapped up right now. GQ Productions got me wrapped up. I gotta focus. I feel like we just talked about everything but Kale in your interview.
Kale is
We talked about so much.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
we actually
this
went.
was the great
Oh,
episode.
I think we're about
We over time.
yeah.
5 more minutes. Okay. See, I appreciate Sherrod because he don't do this.
10 minutes, nigga.
10 minutes after 30 minutes. No, but so we did want to have an interview with a mental health specialist, but unfortunately the young lady had a very full caseload and she didn't have enough time to get in. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna revisit that. But we are introducing another segment, Bliss's Way. And Bliss's Way today, she's gonna tell us about her experience as a vegan.
Oh, my experience as a vegan, I just want to tell everybody, when you come in contact with a vegan, you may not know the research or what it consists of because people get vegan and
Pescatarian.
Pescatarian.
I always say that wrong.
Pescatarian. Vegetarian,
It's
pescatarian,
mixed
and
up,
vegan.
you know, like
it's
I don't
different.
I don't mess with no
different
meat. I don't
connotations
mess
of
with
the
no
definition.
seafood. I'm not messing with no milk.
So you're vegan,
Yeah, no.
So you
no
don't eat
eggs.
nothing
all
with
organic.
Yeah, I try to eat all organic, but my problem is when you go to people's house and they be like, "Bitch, eat a salad." You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to eat a salad. That's not what I'm living off of. Like, I can have pasta.
And no shade, my partner is a phenomenal chef, and
Right.
literally like it's to the point where like you don't just have to have those things to
and
be able
people-
to eat. There are different options for.
I eat everything that you guys eat. Just take the meat off and take the milk out. You know, it's a guy on Facebook.
So no cheese.
No cheese, no eggs.
Yeah. So it's a guy on Facebook. He was making dinners. They got vegan cheese,
chicken.
but I don't. I mean, to
They
each
got
his
vegan
own.
cheese.
They got it, but I just don't.
Like
like
it's
it.
just like a
They also
plant-based
have.
cheese.
I can't believe it's not meat. Meaning it looks just like
Have you
Italian
tried
sausage.
it?
Yeah, I mean it was
Is it
alright,
good?
but I
Hey, you
feel
know
like
what? The vegan burgers are actually not bad neither.
They're
I had one of those
disgusting
too.
to
I had one.
Yes.
They wasn't bad.
the black beans.
That's what it was.
versus me.
Nah, I've heard about that one. I heard that.
I don't want to have a processed burger. I'd rather just get a piece of bread and put some mushrooms,
And
lettuce,
they say it's not
tomatoes.
good. They
It
say
tastes-
that some of y'all soy meats aren't good.
Well, I don't
for
mess with.
vegan.
I don't have soy either.
Okay.
So, what you? I heard you saying about the mushrooms.
Yeah,
the
I'd rather
mushrooms is
just-
used as the
That's
meat.
the equivalent to meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd rather have. I'd rather have mushrooms
Yeah,
on a
portobello.
pieces of bread and eat it versus somebody patting it down or getting it out of process.
Because it gives you a
used to
lot of
eat-
y'all
yeah,
vitamins,
and I
right?
used to eat meat. So there's no way in hell I'm gonna eat this whatever this eggplant that looks like a sausage dildo thingy. I don't want that. Just give me the vegetables. You know, I like things that are raw
And,
I like things that are
good.
fresh.
So raw. Can you give the definition for raw? Raw is nothing like no cooking the
Yeah,
nutrients
just eat it-
out.
eat it
just
like
eating
it
fresh
is.
off
So
the-
like
fresh out the
well, I
dirt.
know you're not gonna eat a raw onion,
Fresh
but just
out
like
the dirt.
just straight
I
cut
mean,
it
I
up
do.
and just
I
straight up
love
cut up
red
and eat it up.
onions.
Okay.
Like you can slice the red onion and I can eat it.
'Cause
You
I
know,
have-
dip it into some sauce.
Because one of our past guests, Lakia Nicole, she's vegan, and from what she's told me, like you definitely have to. Do you have to take different vitamins that you might have?
I mean, well, I take different vitamins, but you don't have to because you can get the same thing. The vitamins that I
From
take
the food.
from a pill, you can get it. Because people was like, well, how are you getting your nutrients? What is a nutrient? Spell it. You can get the same thing from a peach, a pear. If you actually start looking up vegetables like carrots, if you eat carrots, they clean your body. They're
You know,
good.
peaches. I just read on that kale that peaches is actually one of the dirtiest fruits too.
Really?
Well,
Yes.
you just gotta check out your
Yeah.
Dawn and a sponge and
and
wash
knock
it
it off.
off.
But like if you have carrots, and if you eat too many carrots, your skin tone will begin to have an orange,
10.
goldish tint.
But
Yes.
but
Explains
carrots
strong.
are supposed to be really good for your
beauty.
eyes
In
though.
your eyes, they
Absolutely
help you
great
see.
for your eyes. Fish is good. Well, no shade, but fish is good for your eyes too.
Sure is.
It's good for your eyes.
I'm just saying,
Sure is.
the biggest thing about vegan.
But you look great. Your skin
Thank
looks
you.
great.
The biggest thing about vegan, your hair, your complexion, my temperament is different. When I used
Really?
to eat the meat, I hate to say this word, but I felt more. Aggressive, wild, like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I could still get like that, but it takes me, the things that used to make me snap, I'm more chillaxed. And I feel
You're
like,
taking in all those
How long have you
oils
been?
and-
since 2016,
Wow, so you've been dedicated.
yeah.
That's what's up.
I mean, I have my,
Away from it.
yeah, you do, but I eat a lot of bread, and I'm
And
a
she
sauce.
moves a lot.
And I'm
too.
a sauce person.
And you know that bread too is really not good.
But
for
no,
you.
I like natural breads, not like leaven breads. Like it's no milk, no eggs.
yeast.
You know what I'm saying? It's you could taste when you have a vegan meal. It feels light.
And my girl says that
You feel different.
you're more in tune with your body.
Yeah.
You're more in tune with your body.
When you become
like
a
even
vegan.
the water in Honduras. Just shout out to Dr. CB Lorestes Soul. He Left Eye was talking about that, just how the pH level was like 8.7 or 8.9 in that water. And 7 is normally the right, like the pH.
So anything after that is the plug.
It's
like
just
they got
minerals.
the water station.
Like the
From
pH
Orange
balance is high.
On 7
it's
Mile,
good for
they
your
give
body.
You can get water like apple flavored water, banana, coconut flavored water.
But then also you can't be, if alkaline water is to detox you, right?
some people
You
do.
can't be sitting
Adding
up
all that
eating
extra stuff in there. Either.
crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But
and
it's
wonder
what
why
you,
you're not
it's what you
reaping the
take
benefits.
in. A lot of people say like food doesn't play a part. I think that food is mental illness.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I believe that, when
The
some
chemicals-
women say, well, when I had my baby and my baby came out like this, I believe it's what she
Attributed to
consumed.
the food.
And her baby couldn't handle it. Because, like when women are pregnant, they have certain cravings. That child is craving certain things. Well, here's a woman that doesn't eat meat. She's a vegan, but now you're having lamb chops every day. I think it is what your body knows what it needs. I have times when
Yes.
all I eat is salad. Then I have
Yes.
times when all I want is strawberries and blueberries and raspberries.
That's
and
another thing
nuts.
on the list, strawberries.
Yeah.
Those one
I
of the
love
dirtiest
them.
ones too.
I love
They
them.
so good, but that's one of the things on the list.
But you
That's
can
one of the
tell,
dirtiest.
And then in oranges, like sometimes I don't take medication. I believe that you can heal yourself through herbs and fruit.
Dr.
So
CB.
orange pills, I eat them.
That's
If I get a
Dr.
cold,
CB all
take
day.
a little organic honey.
A lot of people don't know that the
swallow it.
orange pills actually have the most. It has
Nutrient.
right in the orange peel
So
itself.
I eat it. I got that from my grandmother.
Really?
If
Yeah.
I get like
You
a
eat
cold,
the orange
the peel.
The peel.
I swallow it. So if I feel like
Bless
I got a
God.
cold coming on, I swallow a little bit of honey, organic
Lemon is
honey.
good.
And you know
lemon,
another thing they say you can do with the
ginger,
peel?
I love it.
I love
You can
Vernors.
actually take
I don't know
the
why I like
peel and
Vernors.
put it in the blender, blend it up into like a little dust, and you can use that as a
Now for asthma, what I use is the raw honey,
mhm.
apple cider vinegar,
See?
lemon, cayenne pepper, and then you mix it together.
Mm.
2 teaspoons, and then instead of me doing albuterol, I just pop 2 of those in, and what it does is break the
Oh,
mucus.
breaks it up.
Just spit it
Well,
out.
see, I
That's
drink
all.
that daily.
That's all.
Dr.
I
Sebi,
drink that.
Dr.
I
Sebi
drink a
said
gallon of that a
mucus.
day.
Mucus is the one
Yeah,
thing
by
that's
Dr. Bradley.
in every
But
type
I
of
thought they said that
disease.
wasn't like the vinegar. Drinking so much of it is really
They
not
said
good
it
for
could
you,
tear up your
like your esophagus or something like
I
that.
mean,
Like
for some people.
Well, I know with singers, it's great for apple cider vinegar is great because it strips.
And it depends
the,
on what brand.
The mucus
brand
off
you
the
use.
vocal cords.
mm.
And
Oh.
it's just good to
But being
detox
a
you too. But
vegan
anything
is-
you do
is
in moderation. So
Yeah.
you know.
You know, being a vegan and fasting is another thing that I do.
Because I think I heard that fasting it jumpstarts your cells.
Okay, so for me, I fasted 90 days on water, 60 days on juice,
Bless God.
30 days.
You said 90 days on
Just water.
Bless
water,
God.
prayer, meditation, and journaling. And one thing that I noticed is that your body talks. Yes, you have headaches, but after that, you feel like you have so much energy. And I remember I had fasted to the point when my insides had shut down, and I felt it. I was at work. It was hot outside, but my fingertips was blue. I wasn't eating and drinking like that. I was having water, but that was it. So my digestive system wasn't being used. I'm just doing liquids. So it like literally went off because, you know, your digestive system keeps you warm. So when it went off for a little bit, maybe like 20, 30 minutes, it stops. My body, my fingertips was blue, my lips was blue. I was like, oh my God, maybe I fasted for too long. But it jump started again, and my energy was different. When you stop using certain things in your body, you give it a break, they reset themselves. Like I've been bald headed several times.
You look cute with your bald
And my
You
hair,
look
it
so
grows
cute.
back so rapidly, but I think it's because of my diet, my intake. You know, I like juice, but water is my go-to thing. I can eat a table of vegetables, but for some odd reason, that cold water tastes better to me than anything
And you
I've
know they
had.
say that it's good to drink water before you go to bed.
Absolutely.
And
when
then as soon as you wake
in the
up, because
morning,
it jumpstarts your
room temperature,
organs.
Yeah.
room temperature.
It,
I
it
believe
I
jumpstart,
heard it's not
jumpstart
good
your
to
organs.
drink cold water because it doesn't help to pass the bowels through.
And then when you drink water at night before bed, they say that when you're sleeping, it actually is cleaning your kidneys. So when you get up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night, you're just flushing out whatever that water then cleaned
was
out.
in your kidneys. Well, bless God. So, come on, lifestyle and wellness. Nah. See, shout out to my co-host, man, Bliss and Tino MacGyver, and shout out to Sherrod too for lending his advice to this episode. Because like I just like that we're not structured, so to speak. We're unscripted, and I think that allows for these great contrary to popular belief
Conversation.
dialogues, because I think that people need to have these damn conversations.
People need to have
like
knowledge. You need to understand that headache that you're having is your
communication.
food.
It's certain things that you like. I just saw something that you can massage something on your hand, on your toes to get rid of migraines and to
I
when you
got the,
depressed,
I
to
got
push
the,
the
what's
serotonin
name?
to release. I'm telling you, this shit is like I'm really kind of interested
Certain spots
in your
into
feet.
holistic,
You know, your
Yeah.
chakras.
holistic.
when
So
they not-
what is that about? So I'm very curious about this because now we're talking about spirituality. I've heard about chakras.
Okay, so my house is the color of the rainbow.
I love your house.
Each room is a representation of oneness, uniqueness, energetic, soulfulness. Every room represents something. So they tell you that when your chakras are in alignment, your body is functioning. You are at your highest peak. But when one of your chakras, when your third eye is closed, or when your center isn't equal to the rest of your vertex in your body, then you're a little sluggish. You ain't feeling it. You don't want to be bothered. So wearing too much of a certain color, they say that it can throw your
Because
chakra
I wear
off.
black. I wear black sometimes
So-
religiously, like I'm in a coven. or
So-
something.
I like dark colors. I wear
I
dark colors too
Hey,
often.
hey,
Like,
Yeah, I mean, you can wear dark colors, but you don't have a dark spirit. You still of the light.
Absolutely,
You still of the light.
absolutely.
And, you know, it's just about peace. It's about serenity. It's about being in alignment. You know, when you are close to your destiny, you start to have a lot of deja vu. A lot of things begin to seem familiar when things start to be in alignment. Well, I wrote this in a notebook, and now she's saying it. Hey, I saw it on the billboard. Maybe this is for me. Thank you, Jesus. It's when you're believing in something higher than yourself.
Because you're very intuitive. I caught that today. Your God is definitely speaking to you. You know certain things. You can catch them right off. You have a great discernment.
On that.
You have a very great discernment. Like, you pick up things. And
I say what I hear and I say what I feel.
When we talk about certain things, like, you just call certain things out. And I remember that from being in ministry. Because when I was filled with the Holy Spirit and was speaking in tongues, praying in the Spirit, and really seeking the Lord, I was not only getting attacked, but I was reaping the benefits of that same thing.
What do y'all think about this church now?
So
well, I know we ain't got time.
Episode. We're gonna come to that. No, that's definitely that needs a whole episode. Church needs a whole episode because I feel like just in that dialogue we could go so many places. So let's try and do this. We're gonna do this tentatively. Adulting next episode. Mm-hmm. We did lifestyle and wellness.
Shout out to toxic relationships.
Relationships.
And can men be vulnerable?
So let's either do a men episode, a women episode, or a Battle of the Sexes episode.
Let's Battle of the Sexes.
I'm
battling you.
Battle of the Sexes.
Break dance.
So adulting, relationships,
and church.
Battle of the Sexes, church. So you will be seeing. So in the coming weeks, you will be seeing a lot of promotions. For a lot of these new episodes, we will be shooting a commercial for the ad. Sponsorships. If you need a sponsorship, please feel free to write us at Contrary2PopularBeliefPodcast@gmail.com. You can send all your questions, comments. If you just want to tell us how you feel about the show, if you have any suggestions, CONTRARY, 2POPULARBELIEFPODCAST@gmail.com. So glad it's in the back. But some people cannot spell. Like, y'all know everybody don't use spell check. So next episode, definitely adulting. Next episode after that, I think, let's do church, then toxic relationships, then Battle of the Sexes. No, Battle of the Sexes gonna have to come before relationships. Because y'all feel like y'all need to have that. But shout out to, like, life. Like, we just want to encourage everybody to have uncomfortable conversations. Because contrary to popular belief, they could actually help and save somebody's life.
Get out your comfort zone.
Some people don't know people is hurting or holding on to stuff because we so scared to ask the real questions.
Yeah, stop trying to put triangles in circles.
People are afraid of the truth.
It's real, bro.
The truth sets you free. And
absolutely.
The truth is not, the sky isn't the limit. There is no limit. When you speak the truth, nothing can harm you. Yes, people will be upset, but it will help you avoid drama. I can accept a man for who he is and what he has going on in his life, but I hear it from him, and it's the wholehearted truth. I can accept a person's lifestyle if they are willing to express it in that way. But a person that is skeechy, they're hiding things, no, I can't rock with
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, evil communication corrupt good manner and good character. So at the end of the day, you want to have people around you that are on the same wave. So anybody got any anything? Anybody got anything coming up?
You know what? Anything coming up? Well, I do got some things that I'm working on, but I don't really want to unravel them just yet.
All right.
You know. Well, no, not that. I just don't like to. I don't like to talk about things before they actually. My eggs is actually starting to hatch. So you know, but yeah, I got some things going on and coming, and new music definitely coming that I've been recording with some artists. No, of course not. But just producing and engineering.
Shout out to Israel Black and these beautiful pictures that she posting online.
Yeah, shout out to Israel. Them pictures are really nice.
Is showing us her different side. And shout out to her being able to embrace her femininity in that sense. Because, you know, different looks sometimes always beautiful.
Shout out to all of the businesses out there. That's
Black business,
that's
everybody.
Doing what you got to do.
Everybody.
It's a gas station. black-owned gas station, Telegraph Telegraph right after Chicago.
Share the link with me so I can share it on our page.
I sure will.
I share a lot of stuff on our page. Y'all been connecting. Y'all saw like one post. We got like 2.1K people like that we reached with just one post. So like it's good that people are really seeing the content and absorbing it. Also, SoundCloud. We have an audio version of the podcast. It is on Contrary2, Popular Belief Podcast at SoundCloud.com. We have 2 episodes up so far. I have to get the other ones up. The episode 2 and episode 4 will probably be the only ones out of order, but from 5 going down, I'm going to make sure that they're chronological.
Chronological.
Anything else you have?
No, you know what? Just shout out to our host, Miss Bliss, for doing her thing. Go ahead and get that business going and start hiring some folks.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely, because, I mean, we were just talking about that. It's a rise of entrepreneurship happening out here. People are tired of working. No shade to the London Chop House. I was in that boy. It was to the point where I was working, but I was subbing. So I would just go there and do like 2 jobs. But, man...
Yeah, and brick and mortars are really becoming obsolete.
I don't want to work for anybody.
I'm a guy, have your own.
Well, that's what we could say, you know, in closing. Don't be afraid to take a leap of faith. If you have something on your heart, it's something that you want to do, something that you want to say, embrace that and do that. It's now or never. It doesn't take an amount of money to use your mouth or use your brain. Represent yourself. That is your brand. And believe in it.
And you have to believe. Your brand. Because the vision without belief is just dumb. Faith without works is dead. It's just an idea.
It's just an idea.
Bliss, you got anything coming up?
No, I'm looking for workers. I'm looking for a strong team of guys that want to work on houses. Well, and I don't need nobody if I got y'all.
I'm here.
I'm about to just
say, listen, it's something that I did want to read. I'm sorry, and I'll be done. But I've been reading this new book that I just downloaded.
Okay.
But it's when she said something about fear, it says, I've learned that fear limits you and your vision. It serves as blinders to what may be just a few steps down the road for you. The journey is valuable, but believing in your self-talents, your abilities, and your self-worth can empower you to walk down an even brighter path, transforming fear into freedom. How great is that?
Amen.
So, just from what she just said, step out of that fear zone. You know, in order for you to get somewhere or do something that you've been wanting to do, you can't be scared to do it.
Absolutely not.
You got to just jump out there. And I'm talking to myself as well because a lot of times I hold back. But you cannot hold back. We're in a day and age now where you need to go out and get something for yourself. You can't wait on nobody else to give you nothing because they're not.
I received that.
You know, so we gotta empower and get something for ourselves in order for us to be able to leave some to our people behind us, or even help them, bring them up some kind of way. You know what I mean? Like, if we can just help one person out of 10 people that's behind us, we did our job.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
You know.
And I guess the closing word I'd say is take the time to encourage somebody today.
Compassion.
Take the time to encourage somebody today. You don't know how many times I hear people sing, work with people, encourage them maybe on their look, encourage them on their project, encourage them on a picture. You don't know how just your recognition can catapult somebody to the next level. Some people are literally on the verge of giving up. Some people are just tired. You know, some people really, life is living them. You know, life is beating them down, and we all are going through things. I think about that Bible verse all the time. Don't worry about tomorrow because the day gonna have enough trouble on its own. It's like literally we need to get more compassionate because compassion is running out. You got videos, people just shooting people, and
the empathy is gone.
Empathy is gone. It's like people just out for self. And my thing is, you can still be out for self and still be corroborative to your fellow man. I can still, and I'm tired of this black on black crime. Like, this is getting annoying.
They ain't gotta kill us because we killing each other.
This is annoying. It's like Nipsey was killed by a black man that looked like he could have been in his damn family. And it's fucking sad. You cats kill people over street cred, and it's like the streets is gonna be here when your ass is 6 feet deep.
You know,
I never
streets don't love
understood
nobody.
that shit. Streets ain't never loved nobody. Crack gonna still sell, dope gonna still sell, money gonna still be moved. A new seller gonna move up when the next
It's an
one get
ongoing
killed.
cycle. We just
The
replacing
hood
the
that you
teammates.
claiming,
Trauma.
the hood that you claiming is the hood that don't care nothing about
And the
you.
hood that's probably gonna be gentrified 5 years from now.
True.
It's happening in Oakland right
I'm-
now.
It's just that I wish if I could change anything, I wish that I come from gang life. I understand that, but
Okay,
when you grow up, you learn, you see things, you see the world in a different perspective, and all I ask is that when you line up a Crip, you line up a Blood, you line up a man, you line up a broke person. At the end of the day, you strip us of our titles, you strip us of our struggles and our transgressions. We're human. And if you just love us off that, don't see me as a black woman or you as a black man or him as a black man. Just see us as people that need encouragement. And if we, like you said, encourage, different things will be different. The world will be different. The air that we breathe, the grass don't even look the same.
It don't.
So all I'm saying is if you knew that
Shit,
the
weather.
vibration that you
Snow
give
don't
off your
fall the
body,
same.
if you knew that the vibration that you give off your body is the reason that the weather's acting up, because that's your ugly attitude, or that grass ain't growing, or the reason your car don't want to start is because they just don't like you, don't want you riding in it, would you change the way that you carry yourself? Or if you knew that an ugly version of you was being created somewhere in the world, would you change the way that you act?
That's a good question to leave off on.
That's good.
Contrary to popular belief.
Hey.